DP.
Dan Patrick.
Welcome to the Dan Patrick Show.
We are the most unathletically decorated show in radio history, I think.
America's most revered sports talk show.
Respect the position that you have.
But today, Dan Patrick and the four Danettes are not here. So sitting in for Dan Patrick and hosting the Dan Patrick Show, here's Steve Covino and Rich Davis.
I need a booster seat, man. Seriously. Can someone run to Denny's and snag me one?
Table for two.
Oh, here we go. My chair wasn't going up. All right.
Here we go. All right. Woo. In for DP.
Yes, Covino and Rich in for Dan Patrick. Good morning. We're here. Live from the west side. Hope you had a 76ers Warriors sort of night. I say we start the weekend today. Why not?
Good morning, Mr. Crabtree.
Yeah, I hope you watered your lawn this morning.
Hello, Pee-wee.
I hope you're ready for some old school conversations because we throw it back on Thursdays. Old school and 50 hits. Not in life, on the clock. Because 50's new 40, right? That's what I heard.
There's an old school hottie that's now on OnlyFans. We got to get to that, which curious if anyone's ever paid for an OnlyFans and would admit it.
Yeah. OnlyFans. No way.
We're going to talk about the importance, or I guess you would say the exaggerated love or not of tailgating.
Yes. Yeah. People are
love
real
tailgating.
passionate about it. They're dusting off their beer helmets. So, yeah, we have lots to get to on today's show. The worldwide leaders of nonsense, Covino and Rich, normally on Monday through Friday, worldwide, nationwide, from 5 to 7 on the east, 2 to 4 on the west. But when they say, hey, can you fill in for DP? We say, absolutely. So this is day 2 of the Dan Patrick hat-trick, which means we'll be here tomorrow as well. So get ready.
Yeah. Listen, lots of great feedback and appreciate the DP Danette love. I mean, there's a few haters. What was the great nickname we saw yesterday?
Hovino and bitch.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, it was a good one. I'm going to roll with that one, I think.
It's like
Had a ring to it.
make a T-shirt.
Yeah. Let's introduce our super producers, Covino and Rich with Danny G.
Hey, Danny.
Yay.
Danny G was fired up about the NBA games last night. Oh, man, Curry's on fire.
Oh, man, he took me back in time.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that. And, of course, Iowa Sam is our sound architect. This is the show, so we hope you enjoy it. And if not, give us another chance.
Let's go. Hey, we're here.
Yes.
If our first date didn't go well, give me another chance.
Now, speaking of Curry, let's jump right into it.
Oh, know what else we need to get to today?
Yeah, what?
People on social media can't wrap their brain around a team's new logo that was leaked.
Okay.
And now the teams come out and it's like, yeah, this is our alternate logo. It's an NFL team. And what would you say, the physics of the logo?
I got 3 words for those people complaining about the logo, and I'll save it. Find out what they are. But you're over-promising a lot of stuff.
I know.
I don't know how much time we have, but whatever we don't get to today, we do have a bonus pod called Overpromised, because Rich always overpromises things we never get to. And a new episode drops today. That's right here on the YouTube page where we're streaming live at Covino and Rich FSR, at Covino and Rich FSR. Look out for Overpromised, and let's go. The Warriors with the big win last night. 76ers with the big win last night. But the big story is Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Because you can't count the guy out. He still got it. 35 points. Hit that 3 at the end. And, man, they looked like they were on fire Well, he looked like he was on fire.
Yeah, not just him, but old man Al Horford hit 4 threes in a row, which was amazing. And the Warriors bench was going crazy watching him do his thing. And then Draymond Green with his lockdown defense at the end of the game. Couple of big-time steals there to shut down Kawhi and the Clippers.
Dude, Steph Curry was like that middle-aged guy at the gym that, like, the young girl flirted with once, and he's like, still got it.
Sounds like something that may have happened to you.
Possible. But now Steph, as Danny G said in our pre-show meeting, like, is he just reminding us, like, hey, it's not just LeBron we're going to miss at some point. Like, this guy has delivered so many clutch, amazing, fun performances to watch. Just his touch.
Well, even
he shoots the ball different than anyone else. Just like
Well, he changed the game. There's no question about it. Go to any playground in the world or just watch the NBA now.
I'm just saying even stylistically, like, just watching him shoot is something I think the world will miss.
Yeah, and the fun he has when he plays, the passion he plays with. He's doing his cha-cha dance there at the end.
Yeah, I could do without
big
that.
shot.
But, no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, the fire, I would say, that he plays with is contagious and memorable. And if you follow social media, and we don't expect you to, let us do the dirty work. I was doing the ball scroll all night. And by the way, they say you shouldn't do that too long. It's bad for you. But I'm there, and I'm scrolling, and it's like everyone talking about Curry saying, we do talk about LeBron, and we automatically think LeBron is the GOAT of this generation, but it might be Curry. That's a question and debate in itself. But not even that. Are we taking note and giving him the credit he deserves? Are we understanding what we're witnessing here when he's playing at this high level at this stage of the game? Like he still has it when people, I don't want to say counted him out, but he's 38 years old, which is a young guy in life, but an older guy on the court.
Our memory is short, as they say, but most people have the memory of a goldfish.
Because we're always on to the next.
But you can't forget that this guy dominated the NBA for a while, just because the last couple seasons, the Warriors have been like, in that play-in area, that, bottom of the Western Conference, not terrible, but like not good. We forget that there was a time where the Warriors were automatic. Like they were winning every year, and if they didn't, you'd be like, oh, that's shocking.
Well, what's wild about it too
NBA finals after NBA finals after NBA finals. Like
they say your kids are a great reminder of how fast time is moving, right? And my daughter's 16. I'm still trying to pay off that sweet 16. And she's like a grown-up now. She's going to be driving soon. That's when Curry started playing in the NBA in 2009. So just think of it that way. You're like, yeah, he's not that old. Yeah, but he's 17 years into his career. That's the thing. Like, he's been around for a while.
I thought about that the other
day. And
that
dude is still playing the way Danny G described last night.
When we were talking about Aaron Judge and Mike Trout's battle the other night.
Well,
and you're like, Mike Trout, damn, he's been in the league longer than I thought because he started so young in
he
baseball.
Started young, and Aaron Judge was a late bloomer, as they say. So their primes never hit at the same time. Their peaks, their MVP seasons, never, ever hit at the same time. So it's cool to see them hitting home runs in the same games because they never had those moments, really.
I think for a lot of us, and I say a lot of us, assuming there's a lot of people that are in their 40s. I know we got older listeners, younger listeners. Dan Patrick's audience is pretty damn big. Or should I say pretty damn big? I guarantee that for a lot of people, Ken Griffey Jr. was their first example of, wow, I saw that guy. I saw him as a kid. The kid. Ken Griffey Jr., backwards hat. And you watched it from start to finish. And for me, that was one that I visually could see the beginning and end.
Well, because, he was the hat backwards guy. His dad was in the league. You identified with him. You were pumped about him. You watched his whole career.
But I'm saying for a millennial, LeBron and Steph were that. Yeah. LeBron even more so, but for a millennial.
It's a coming-of-age thing. For us, though, for Rich and I think our first realization of, wait a second, people get old, is when you realize the third base coach actually played. You just thought he was some old guy named Ebenezer that was standing out there.
When you were a kid, it shocked you when your parents would be like, Davey Johnson used to be a player. You're like, what?
Dude,
Sparky Anderson. You're
I have
like, what?
The same stories. Like, your parents would be like, I remember when they played. You're like, that guy played?
Lou Piniella played?
He looks like Orville Redenbacher, that guy. You're going to tell me he played in baseball or played in the league or whatever the sport was?
I remember my dad telling me, the announcer, Tim McCarver, hell of a ball player. I'm like, the announcer?
That guy? He's old. And then you witnessed it. Yeah. Who was the first guy for you? Was it Griffey?
Griffey as a player.
Griffey, I think, was, if you're talking superstars.
Like,
I would say Griffey. Then for me, I guess Jeter, right? Because you watched him come up and retire, and now he's in the Hall of Fame.
If you fell victim to the late 80s, early 90s baseball game hustle, now baseball cards are back in a big way, but in the late 80s, early 90s, when they were mass-produced, and you were collecting your stadium clubs and upper decks, and you thought those cards were going to be worth a lot. So you were collecting all these Griffey and Frank Thomas rookies, and then when you watch those guys go from the dude you were getting their rookie cards in elementary school to, I watched it from start to finish, huh? I think that's what a lot of millennials and younger people are seeing now with Steph and LeBron and other guys in different sports. When you saw Brady and Manning, we watched that start and finish. Iowa Sam, anyone come to mind for you? Like probably those guys?
Brady, Manning, and Aaron Rodgers still playing, and you're just like gripping onto his legacy, like before he retires, like,
But
he needs to stay around.
It's a wild thought, Again,
I got the wildest thought.
Father Time is undefeated, but when you see legends in all your favorite sports, and you remember those early rookie years, and then when you look back, you're like, oh, their hair was different. They even had a different uniform sometimes, and you're like, man, time is flying. But I think the point here is we got a little glimpse of, oh, that's right. That's why Steph Curry's a legend.
Yeah,
last night.
take these moments in, because how many do we have left? And we got to witness it one last time, at least for now, last night.
And we haven't forgotten how brilliant Steph Curry is. It's just he was hurt for so many weeks and on the shelf. And remember, when he first got injured, they didn't think it was that bad. And he's like, he even said himself, I thought I'd miss a couple of games. He missed weeks and weeks and weeks, and then he got back just in time for this moment.
Well, that's also part of it, right? You don't bounce back the way you used to. I'm still trying to work out this shoulder problem that I have, and I keep saying to myself, is this going to ever go away or something I have to live with the rest of my life?
You want to share with the DP audience how you hurt that?
Not really. Hey, when it happens nowadays, you have to ask yourself, is this the start of something or is it going to go away? Luckily for Steph, it seemed to go away. It just took a long time. He's only 38, but the physical toll he puts on his body is much different than, what we're doing.
I mean, I know we feel young, but someone once told me any ache or pain post 40 could be permanent.
Could be permanent.
Like if your like ankles always sort of bothering you, that might just be something you deal with until you're old.
All right,
you got a bum shoulder. Tell everyone how you hurt your shoulder.
All right, I got 2 coming of age stories, and we're really just here to praise Steph Curry, but he's doing it at 38, and I know that sounds ridiculous because he's still a young guy in life.
Yeah, Derek Jeter once said that, right?
Yeah, it might be a young guy in life, but he's an older guy on the court at this point. Especially the NBA, because it's a young guy's league for sure. Mm-hmm. It's hard to keep up. There was a fly. There was a fly in my house, and it was driving me berserk. Honestly, I go to war at least a few times a week. I'm like, oh, man, where's the swatter? Let's go. But this time I thought I'd pull a Miyagi. I was like, all right, this one had a little bit of a lag to him. You know those. They're a little fatter and slower.
Oh, when you get a fat, slobby
I'm like,
fly.
I got this one.
But you know what I do sometimes? I'll be honest. I'm a man of nature. Sometimes when I see a slow-ass fly in my kitchen, I'll open the window and be like, go ahead. Live out your last minute. What's that commercial with a fly?
Oh, I think it was a
Seagram's commercial.
Where he was born to be alive.
Born to be alive.
Well,
living his whole day.
The fly realized he only had that day to live, so he went out and partied.
Sometimes I'll try to be nice and be like, I feel bad killing a lazy old fly. I'm like, can't just go outside.
No.
Jeff Goldblum thanks you.
I was trying to see if I still had it. So I tried to pull, like...
You broke out chopsticks?
No. Oh. I tried to pull like a snag, like right? Like get it midair. I tried to get it as fast as I could using my fast twitch muscles, and I'm not sure I used them the right way, because when I snagged with all my force and all my speed, I think I popped something in my shoulder. It is the weakest story ever. Like, I'm not proud to share that story. And I'm like, oh, man, my shoulder. Oh.
Hey, Covino, how'd you take your rotator cuff? Still playing ball?
No, this fly. I was trying to snag it in my kitchen. I think it got the best of me. Yeah, so the fly won round 1. And I'm thinking to myself.
Steve 0.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh, man, I hope this goes away. 4 months later, I went to the orthopedic doctor and everything. Now I got to get an MRI. Like, I'm taking painkillers. So bear with me, dude. I'm on medication. My shoulder's the worst.
As that fly finally kicked the bucket, it left. The last thing that fly did was like,
dude, I'm at the gym. I'm telling the younger guys at the gym, like, I'm still trying to work out this injury, because I'm barely pushing out any weight. I'm barely doing anything. I'm on the treadmill with all the old ladies.
Was the doctor professional, or did he laugh when you told him how you hurt it?
That's so funny, too, because they always ask you, well, how'd you do it? At the gym? Well, the truth is, that's how I heard it, and then I think I made it worse at the gym. That's the truth. But when I told him the story, he's like, it makes sense, because, when you jerk your muscles like that, with that speed and you're not used to doing that, you're gonna get hurt sometimes. And that happened to me. And I know that's the dumbest story ever. But the other realization, Rich, like the time realization that we're describing with Steph Curry and all these other players watching their careers unfold. One of the craziest ones that we don't talk about enough is when you see a player that you watch, like a Cecil Fielder, and then you watch his kid come up in the league. You're like, oh, man, his kid's playing? And then his kid's already done. You're like, oh, man. Like, we don't talk about that enough.
I mean,
like, Prince Fielder came and went already. They both hit 319 home runs, and you probably saw most of them. When you see Prince's kid in the league, you're going to be like, oh, no.
I don't have the list in front of me, but do you remember last MLB draft, Danny? There was an abnormal amount of, like, juniors and the sons of people we knew. Just look around the league now. 2 of your bigger stars, Bo Bichette, Fernando Tatis Jr. These are just the sons of guys we collected baseball cards out of the 90s.
But that's why you feel good about Curry doing what he did, because you're like, all right, keep going, man. Keep going. It's fun to root for that.
I can't think of the player, but this reel's been going around where his son was not even knee-high, and he threw out the first pitch to his dad, who caught it as the catcher. And then fast forward all these years, and the son is a pitcher now, and the dad's retired and threw the first pitch to his son.
Oh, I did see that too.
Yeah.
And no one else didn't. Dusty Baker's.
The Bat Boy.
The Bat Boy that he grabbed out of the way. That kid made his major league debut, right? For real.
And by the way, Bat Boy from the Mexican newspaper is 75 years old now.
Bat Boy. Half bat, half boy.
Feeling old yet?
Covino's grandmother believed that.
Bat Boy was on the cover of every Mexican
Bat
tabloid.
Boy is real.
All right, so we got to give – the whole point of this conversation is old guy Steph Curry, which I feel funny even saying, but it's true.
Gotta love him.
Is still doing it on a high level when it matters. That's all that matters here is to do it when it counts. The Warriors win on his shoulders, on his back, 35 points last night, and had a solid first half.
Well, no, second half. 27 in the second half.
Are we taking notes of what we're witnessing? Like, you got to take it all in. Like, hey, take this all in while it's still here so you can tell your grandkids when you're feeding the ducks one day, like, I saw Steph Curry play, and let me tell you, like, you know, how many more moments of this do we have?
Is that what we're going to do when we're like two old guys?
Just feeding the ducks.
Feed the ducks, talking about, remember when you grabbed that hot booty back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
She was a
What a nice one.
I don't think so. I think you're still going to be flying to Vegas to cover some of the fights.
Possible.
Maybe.
Stilo
doing 3 podcasts.
In Stockton hit us up with a couple good pieces of feedback. And by the way, the stream is hot right now. We're live streaming on YouTube as well. And the in-show chat got a lot of good feedback.
Wait, you could read that? Speaking of old guy moments, you could read that right there?
Yeah, break out your glasses.
Are you serious? We're getting
You
live
can't read
feedback. Hell no,
Break
I
out
can't
your
read
monocle, Steve.
that. Oh, yeah, let me get my binoculars. I can't read that.
Stilo said Vladdy Jr. That's another name of we saw Dad with the best arm in the outfield, and now Vladdy Jr.'s one of the best players. And he said, as far as, wait, Mom, Dad, that third base coach or manager used to play? He gave a great example. Remember watching a ton of wrestling as a kid in the 80s and 90s? I remember my grandfather saying, Gorilla Monsoon, he used to be a wrestler. And I'm like, big old Gorilla Monsoon? I mean, I guess his name is Gorilla Monsoon. But I remember being shocked that Gorilla Monsoon was a wrestler.
Yeah, it's an old guy thing to be like, I remember when his dad played. And you do. You remember Del Curry. You know, and that's the truth. And now Steph is like the older guy in the league, but
he doesn't look at Del Cove. That's what I was going to say.
He's came in with a baby face,
right?
Yeah,
he's in our company, which I appreciate. Like, nobody would know that we're all in our early 60s.
Yeah, no.
But he doesn't move like an old dude, and he doesn't look like an old dude.
No, not at all. And that's what's badass about him. But, yeah, the truth is, he's 38, and I'm glad he's putting on a show right now for these younger dudes, too, on their come-up, reminding them what it's about and how he changed the game. And, again, social media, just to wrap up that point, really is praising him today, which is nice to see, even though he doesn't need the praise. We all know he's a legend. He might be on the I hate the Mount Rushmore reference. Is there another top 4 that we could throw in
Give
there?
me another monument you like.
Give me another
Ass Mountain from the Baby You Got Back video? What's another monument
he might
you
be
like?
hoisted on Ass Mountain one day where Sir Mix-a-Lot filmed his video. You know, he changed the game, and people are saying move over LeBron, like because it's always LeBron. Always LeBron. And it's just a story, and people are just trying to get clicks, but I'm seeing a lot of that today. Again, prisoner of the moment. He had a big game.
Nordic Might on the in-show chat changed his font to all bold and caps, and he's like, "Can you read this?"
No. Truthfully, no. But I blame it on
jitterbugged
COVID.
it for you.
No, it's all good because I blame it on COVID. So
6 years later,
when my hairline looks a little questionable or
COVID.
I can't see or my shoulder hurts, COVID, man. I haven't been the same since.
side effect from 2020.
It's
still
the truth, though. I'm telling you, my eyesight has never been the same.
You know how you're getting old, and I'm an age denier.
Yes, when you watch Del Curry play, and then you see Seth and Steph in the league, and they're on their way out. Yeah, when their kids come in, that's when you know.
I have two signs that have nothing to do with sports.
When your son has a mustache?
No.
I don't know what.
Nothing to do with sports. Two thoughts. Number one, I'm not there yet on either of these, but you see it all the time. When you're at a nice restaurant and someone in your party breaks out the flashlight on their phone for the menu.
Oh, that's the weakest.
You break out the flashlight on your phone, you're giving boomer energy.
Yeah, I try not to do that.
And another one is, I'm not trying to hurt any feelings of people
here it
listening.
comes. Yeah.
No. I'm just saying. I guess
preface it so he can upset an entire group of people.
Just say respectfully.
Respectfully.
Yeah.
I know we have older listeners. I respect my elders, but if you
are you a chop dunk, Rich? People want to know.
I think when you I don't know when it happens. Tell me, is it 50? Is it 60? When do you make the font on your iPhone bigger?
Oh,
like you
wow.
ever see your mom or dad look
that's
at
my
their
mom's phone. Yeah.
Oh yeah, what I'm saying, like you see their text messages or their big ass texts, like they pop up like whoa.
I ain't doing that. No way. So again, props to Curry.
No, it's a 40-year-old man game though.
What?
When you're in your 40s, you do have to hold the phone back a little bit.
I
like that little.
On my laptop, I increase the size of the font, and sometimes I'll stretch the page out. It's just easier on your eyes. There's no shame in that.
I don't know. That's what Rich
I don't
said.
care. I'm
Rich
embracing
said.
aging.
But again, it's a fun conversation. And
So big night for Steph.
If Steph wasn't getting older, long in the tooth, it wouldn't be as big of a story because he's always been great.
I know it's a
But
completely
major props. Take it all in and appreciate what we're witnessing is really the core of what we're getting at.
I know it's a completely different team, so I'm not trying to make some terrible sports analogy, but there's a few remain. I mean, it could just be Draymond and Steph, but they still have a couple guys from their championship caliber runs and all those championships. Are they now, if they win tomorrow in that play-in game, Danny G, on Friday? Is tomorrow Friday already?
It is.
Damn,
Yeah.
sweet. If they win, do they become the feel-good, let's root for Steph against OKC? Does that make round one actually something to watch?
Yeah, it does.
Because if you told me it was OKC versus any other lower 8 seed, you'd be like, that might be a series you keep an eye on, but you're not watching closely. But Golden State,
Yeah, so they travel. They travel to Phoenix, so they need to get
they have
past
to beat the Suns
Yeah.
tomorrow. But if they do, I think Golden State and Steph becomes that, man, wouldn't that be something? It at least makes an 8-1 matchup watchable.
Gives you reason to watch, gives you reason to root.
Because if no offense, if it were Suns OKC, I think you'd have less interest in that.
Yeah. And by the way, on the Eastern side of things, we talked about LaMelo Ball on the show yesterday and the tripping. And so the NBA did weigh in because no foul obviously was called when that happened to Bam.
And it was so blatantly
Yeah,
obvious. They
the
grabbed his leg.
refs said they just missed it, but $35,000 fine, $25,000 fine for the comments he made after the game. I guess he used some profanity.
Damn. And what about punching the mascot? Did you see that? I think
He was just excited.
It was his own mascot. So
yeah, it was friendly fire. But for that play-in game, the Hornets go to Orlando. They have to get past the Magic.
By the way, you know what you made me think of, though? Not to be all over the place, but, yeah, he hit the mascot. You remember that famous clip of Deontay Wilder
I was
on a
thinking the same
Throwback
thing.
Thursday where he was on – it might have been an ESPN set
He was
or
on
something.
ESPN Deportes.
He was on – yeah.
Do you know this story,
He
Sam, or
said,
no?
the bronze bomber, Deontay Wilder. Deontay
don't.
Wilder's there, and, like, this giant taco mascot comes out, or burrito mascot. Like, hey, we're the burritos or whatever.
Or the dancing burritos.
The dancing burrito mascot comes out. The bronze bomber, Deontay Wilder, who just won 2 weeks ago, like, cocks back and boom, knocks him out, dude.
I think he momentarily forgot that there was a human inside there.
And what did he think was going on? And I remember, like, he knocked out the guy inside. It was like, what is that about? If you've never seen that clip, it's worth looking up. If not now, later on.
Yeah.
Doing the bowl scroll, like we said.
All right. Hey, we got a lot to get to. So props to Steph Curry.
And the Warriors.
In fact, you know what? Something to touch on next, just for a minute, and then I have we got to dissect this new
By the
logo.
way, are we giving the Warriors too much credit? Because who said the Clippers are the Mets of the NBA?
Somebody called into the network and asked the host if the Clippers or if the Mets are the Clippers of Major League Baseball.
Yeah, I mean, when you think
because
about
they
it,
have multi-billion-dollar owners and they just can't get the locker room right.
So put that in perspective. Like, Curry beat the Mets last night. Whoop-de-doo.
How
Hey,
dare-
bro. Whoop-de-doo.
How?
Whoop-de-doo.
What's
Sorry,
with
Rich.
the whoop-de-doo?
Whoop-de-doo.
What's with the
How
whoop-de-doo?
dare
Man,
you.
whoop-de-doo.
So, you know what?
What'd you think of Rushing's grand slam last night, Rich?
Dude, can I tell you? I feel better about one thing. It's not like I picked the wrong Dodgers game to go to. Whatever of the three I would have picked, I would have lost anyway. So, you know what? There is a thought out there. Before we get to this NFL logo that's blowing people's minds, there's a new NFL logo.
Man, don't overhype this. This is
team-
the most fizzle of a story ever.
If that ain't a tease, I've never heard one.
No, you're right. Wait till you hear what people are complaining about.
Proof that people bitch and complain
Yes.
about anything.
Wait till you hear what people have a problem with.
There's a new NFL logo a team has unveiled. They've unfurled a new logo. We'll get to that next. And you know what? Based on what you just said about my Mets, you son of a... What is the worst second city team? If a team, like, is it the Clippers? Is it the Mets? Is it the White Sox? Like,
Are you going to say the worst number two? Because
you're about to...
I think I might have an answer for you in a few minutes.
All right, we got more Covino Rich next right here in for Dan Patrick. Thank you guys for hanging right here on Fox Sports Radio.
Tires matter.
They do.
Hey, Tire Rack. They're the only part of your vehicle that touches the road, and they're responsible
Unless
for
you're Fred
everything.
Flintstone.
Yeah, good one. Acceleration, braking, steering, and handling. Tread confidently with new tires from Tire Rack.
Whether you know exactly what you want or you're looking for expert recommendations, Tire Rack makes it easy. You're going to get fast, free shipping, free road hazard protection, convenient installation options, including mobile tire installation, where they bring the installation to you at your home, your office, or anywhere in between.
And, of course, the best selection, including full line of Goodyear tires. And they don't just sell tires. They test them on the road, on their test track. Learn how your tires or how the tires you want to tackle evasive maneuvers, drive and stop in the rain, or just handle your everyday commute.
Go to TireRack.com/Dan, see their Goodyear test results, the ratings, and consumer reviews. And be sure to check out all the current special offers. That's TireRack.com/Dan. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. Kyle Shanahan, back to the NFL. I thought this was wild because I love the honesty. And, you know, we assume that these NFL players are so blessed, which they are, making a ton of money. We love the NFL more than anything. We live and breathe the NFL. Even when it's off season, Danny G, we're all texting each other about our team's off-season moves. Like, it's NFL is king.
Dude, the draft is days away now.
I'm already sizing up like who the Niners going to add, and there's rumors, you know, like, oh, are they going to add another wide receiver, and what are they going to do with Ayuk? So many questions. Kyle Shanahan, head coach of the Niners, gives a strong take on starting the season in Australia. Quote, I don't see any pro to this at all. Like, you could say like, yeah, man, but you get to see the world. Which is what Danny said, you know, these guys don't appreciate seeing the world. But
because they've already seen it.
On their own time, on like yachts and shit.
I would imagine.
Oops, beat me.
To hear the rest of what Rich said, listen to the podcast.
It's work, though. Like like go on your own time to Australia, but like, yeah, it's work. Like this is just making work harder for us to have to go halfway across the world.
Well, it is work, but when we get sent somewhere cool to work, it's still cool.
I mean, Australia,
some of these,
that's a 20-hour flight from here.
But some of these guys are young guys that haven't had the opportunity to travel yet.
No, I think it shows
how much of the country can you see?
These guys are jaded some because it's not a thrill to them. It's just not.
I mean, Kyle Shanahan said, I don't see any pro to this at all. He did admit that it was, quote, cool for the league to play globally and expand the game, calling it even awesome to get international fans experiencing it. But when asked personally about it, he goes, yeah, there's nothing really awesome about starting the season overseas, grueling training camp, playing in Australia week 1, and then, yeah, you get a couple extra days, but then coming back and having to pick it up with week 2 with no bye week. He said there is no advantage. In fact, he can't think of one positive about this other than for other people. Like, hey, Australian fans get to experience it.
Is Jet or like Men at Work doing the halftime show or anything? That might be fun.
From a London.
That might be fun. That could be a benefit. Yeah, I totally understand where he's coming from. It does sound like ungrateful. I was going to use another word. Now I'm a little scared after Rich cursed on the air.
Didn't mean it. I was feeling natural with you guys. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
You were in Patreon mode.
I was.
Yeah, it does sound jaded. It does sound like these guys are spoiled, but guess what? They are. You're right. I get it. The average fan and the average person would jump at the opportunity for a work trip to Australia, fulfill your travel dreams,
Dude, I've even
and
joked
cross
with,
that off the box because that's one of my dream destinations. Same with Rich,
yeah,
right?
I've even joked with the boss. I said, hey, if there was a client or some reason why Covino and I needed to cover the Niners in Australia, let me know.
Sign us up because I've never been. Rich has never been. And I think they really marketed Australia hard to us when we were kids. Because in our minds, it's like the coolest place that ever was,
I just picture
right?
coral reefs and the most beautiful scenes ever.
Right. And
the Crocodile Dundee.
Crocodile Dundee.
God, yeah.
Wakey.
Rich, you were a big fan of Kangaroo Jack, weren't you?
I mean, what a great movie.
Right? So
That's not a knife.
I think that in our minds, our childhood minds, we're like, we got to go to Australia one day. We've never got a chance. And then you hear these professional athletes and coaches and these other dudes who make millions of dollars, who can go whenever they want. They're not as thrilled because guess what? They could do that whenever they want. It makes a lot of sense. It's just we don't like to hear it.
I mean, we heard same sentiment last year with certain teams that went to Brazil. These international games take a toll. And DB,
sure.
I'd imagine you have thoughts on this?
Well, yeah, I look at it in a couple of ways because are you an ambassador at that point? Would you rather spend the whole week, go to different functions in that country, have your practice, or would you just rather keep it like a business sort of thing? And that's where I understand the travel and all of that is annoying. But if you're traveling and keeping it as a normal business week, it would be twice as annoying for me. Like, I would understand if I had a week of things to do where we were appearing at this spot, we were trying to make it popular in the, whatever country that they're in. But to make it normal, which is what the Chiefs and Chargers did, I think, this past year, was just flew down on a Thursday night, got there, spent 3 nights in their hotel, and then flew back right after the game. You're kind of wondering, what's the point of it if there's not going to be anything extra with it?
Love that. Sammy Sweetheart is playing some smooth jams, man. Into the future. Do, 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 do. The Seal version, which, by the way, we interviewed Seal. How crazy is that?
With who? It
was the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
Oh, Rich's former 49er wideout.
Come on.
Think about it.
Now he moved to a team whose logo we're going to talk about in a little bit.
Who was it? Just tell me. The suspense is killing me.
Debo Samuel.
Oh, yeah, Debo. It was, I remember, because it was Dwebo to Debo. Didn't you throw a pass to him?
Yes.
Dwebo to Debo.
His last pass he caught as a Niner.
Yeah, he was in some weird ass Super Bowl commercial. It was Seal and Deebo Samuel and someone else.
Hey, we've interviewed some of the greats, and to learn more about us, follow at Covino and Rich. We're in for Dan Patrick. We're streaming live at Covino and Rich FSR. So join the fun and join the chat. A lot of people talking smack. If you got something to say it to my chat at Covino and Rich FSR. Live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. True Green, Rich, you love this.
I do, because I'm a guy that cares about curb appeal, like some slobs in my neighborhood. Do something with your lawn, will you?
Don't waste another weekend doing your lawn care yourself. Partner with the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour and get a golf course quality lawn the easy way. Sign up at truegreen.com, then sit back and relax.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to sound like a jerk, but have you ever take a walk around the neighborhood with your kiddos, or you and your wife take a little walk, and you're like, some people, how do they let their lawn and their house get to a certain level? That never dawns on you. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I think it's a reflection of you.
Know what I
do.
love? You
Not,
guys
not
ever-
all of us have lawns, Daddy Stacks.
Yeah, and I also feel that way when you're wearing sweatpants to work. It's a reflection of you, man. Come on. That's how I feel.
Touche.
Yeah.
No, but you ever see that guy on TikTok or Instagram where he'll volunteer to go to like old people's houses, and he's like, for free, I'll do your lawn, and I could watch those videos. It's like, some people like pimple popping videos. I like those videos.
Because it's oddly satisfying, as the kids say.
Yeah.
It's oddly satisfying. It is to watch these
The
dudes.
before and after of someone's weak-ass lawn.
They bust out their garden weasel and their weed whackers, and they start cleaning up the house for the old lady.
I'm reading the feedback on our in-show chat. We're streaming live right now at youtube.com/@Covino and Rich FSR, in for the great Dan Patrick and the Danettes. What's up to Marvin and Fritzy and all the fellas?
The one other dude,
Fritzy and I will DM once in a while. Marvin's our boy.
Yeah, we saw Marvin at the Super Bowl.
Trying to think of who else we've
You and
hung with.
Fritzy DM?
Yeah.
Polly Paps. Don't forget about Polly Paps.
I see how it is.
Yeah, junk shots. Why? Oh, no.
Okay. I never got a DM from any of the Danettes.
Yeah, and good luck to Dylan, who's taken over for Seton.
All
And you know
right.
what,
What up, Dylan?
Dylan-
You know what? Me and Dylan are going to be BFF.
So I'm looking at the feedback, and we casually posed the question, who's the worst number 2 in a city? Because the Clippers last night, while they were at home, know what you heard in the crowd? Warriors.
It was loud.
And you're
Come
thinking,
out and play.
and you're thinking like, dude, more people traveled from 5 hours north from the Bay than it felt like true Clippers fans were in the house. I know
to be fair, there's a lot of fair weather Warrior fans in the state of California.
Yeah, and to be fair, the Warriors weren't always the greatest franchise going. As you jokingly say all the time, Danny Tanner was the only Warriors fan you knew growing
They were
up.
non-existent for decades.
Exactly. So everyone has their day, I guess.
let's put you to the test. Don't worry, it's not a hard one.
It's too early.
No number 2
I'm sick
pencil.
of your early morning trivia. Beat it.
No,
Just tell me the answer.
No Scantrons. No that. In the game NBA Jam that we all played at the arcade, NBA Jam, who was the duo that they had back then for the Warriors? Because that back then the Warriors were so weak. But was it Hardaway and Mullen?
Yeah, I think so.
I used to love that game.
I was obviously going to say Mullen, but
Yeah.
oh, man.
Yeah. Well, anyway, the worst number 2. The feedback looks unanimous on our in-show chat. Worst number 2's got to be the Jets. Hey, guys, come on. It's the Jets. The number 1 answer seems to be the Jets are the worst number 2. Giants have won Super Bowls. Jets have Joe Namath, and that's it. They have butt fumbles. They have Rex Ryan and his foot fetish. They have, fail after fail after fail. Are the Jets the worst number 2?
So funny you say that, because I was watching the Yankees-Angels, but on the Angels feed out here in Los Angeles. And Ben Rice came out, and they were playing Benny and the Jets. Benny and the Jets.
Benny!
No, batting Ben Rice, Ben Aros, right? And he came out to Benny and the Jets. And the announcer for the Angels, I don't know, it was like Mark Gubaza or somebody. I don't know who it was. But he was like, great song from Elton John, but who wants to be associated with the Jets? And I was like, ooh. I was like, why bring the Jets into this? Am I right? Am I right? And I was like, man, that's cold.
Yeah, the Jets are everyone's.
And I was like, damn, man. They're really,
Shots fired from 3,000 miles away.
Yeah, I felt like I was outside looking in, like, damn, man, they got a reputation. So it might be the Jets.
I think the Mets get a free pass here because even in New York, they're not the worst number 2. I think in New York, they're not even the second worst number 2. I think the Nets to the Knicks might even be a weaker number 2. The Mets at least have fans. They stink, but the Mets have hardcore fans that care, right? And there is a Yankees-Mets rivalry. It's just the Yankees are better.
Yeah, the Mets are fun, though, and they spend money, so their narrative changed a little bit because they're at least showing in the past few years that they're trying to win, so you give them credit for that. And they've become more watchable.
Even though they did win a World Series, that went so under the radar, by the way. One of the most under-the-radar World Series ever had to be in 2005 when the White Sox broke their streak, the year after the Red Sox broke their streak. But other than that 2005 White Sox team, if you're in Chicago, I know there's a difference between downtown Chicago and the South Side, but do you know anyone other than the Pope and President Obama that like the White Sox?
And Mike Harmon.
And Mike Harmon likes the
big White Sox fan.
To me, I think Chicago, I'd imagine you're a Cubs fan. Wrigley and the history and I don't know, just White Sox, I would be like, really? Huh. Interesting.
But the White Sox have a title. The Jets have a title, but I mean the Clippers.
Yeah, it's
no title.
That's a good point, though. So it might be the Clippers because they don't have
and
title.
Also by comparison, right? Like the Lakers are like the hottest chick, and compared in the same city, it would be like going to a club and the Lakers are at 12, and the Clippers like the dumpy friend that only gets into the club because they're with their hot friends.
We'll take your phone calls and feedback. And by the way, I see Gus the Bus was thinking what I was thinking, Run TMC, when you were talking about the old school Golden State Warriors. Run TMC was, the T was Tim Hardaway, Mitch Richmond, and Chris Mullin. A lot of people talking about the White Sox. What up, Sailor? Colin in Canada also talking about the White Sox.
Oh, isn't President Obama a White Sox fan?
Yeah, I said that.
You said that. I'm sorry.
But you know what? It doesn't have to be necessarily sports teams. Like the worst number 2. How about any league that tries to compete with the NFL? Like, because you got to think of it this way. Everybody they salivate for football. You're all salivating about the draft.
Dude,
and
1
everything,
week from today, people are
right?
licking their chops.
Yeah.
I heard
the NFL. We're going to be talking about tailgating later on.
Mel Kiper's pressing his pants right now and he's getting his suit ready.
Oh, yeah. Danny G's getting his Raiders jersey pressed for the week, right? Like everyone's so pumped about football. And we love football so much, but any league that comes out as sort of like a secondary backup league or any sort of league, you're like, whatever.
Even if it's a training league, and I admire their attempts, right? The USFL, the UFL, the XFL.
I mean, college football's still the farm league.
Arena
it is.
football.
Yeah, but you know how hardcore you got to be watching arena football or like some secondary league? Even growing up watching the New Jersey Generals, Rich, like they had some momentum at one point. I'm from the East Coast, just for reference. Like never compared.
Yeah,
ever.
but the UFL has 60-yard field goals that count for 4 points.
And the
I've been watching a little bit
We're
on the
getting some
weekends.
good ideas from
the
them.
rules are like, fun and innovative.
But
and
again,
right.
it's the comparison. It's when you think of how much everyone claims to love football. Is it just the NFL that you really love? Because you're not really watching all that much football when you have other opportunities.
I mean, when a really fun or different product's put on the field, people will watch. Like, think about it: the Savannah Bananas, Harlem Globetrotters. You would think that one of these football leagues would stick, but I get it. I admire their attempts. What about the original attempt by Vince McMahon? Was that the best one?
You want to know the best number 2? Best number 2? It's not sports related.
The guy from Austin Powers.
No.
Who does number 2 work for?
No, the best number 2 is Derek Jeter. We all know that.
Stop.
I was going to say Jefferson to the Steve.
That's a good one.
Jefferson to the Steve on Married with Children.
Well, we got plenty more to get to. This logo that's getting people all fired up in the NFL. There's a funny story about a 90s hottie that now has an OnlyFans page. And we'll go old school later on the show. All coming up. Covino and Rich in for Dan Patrick on Fox Sports Radio.
Now, let's talk about our friends at, well, good things, of course. Not talking bad about them. Our friends at Panini America, the official trading card and NFT partner of the Dan Patrick Show. Panini delivers a premier collecting experience with the most coveted cards and stickers across FIFA, WNBA, NWSL, and more. And with all the countries now set, the official FIFA World Cup 2026 sticker collection is available for pre-order now at PaniniAmerica.net.
The tradition of ripping sticker packs and trading to complete the set before the first match is back.
Yeah.
Panini, also the exclusive trading card partner of the WNBA, and now also the NWSL. So if you're following the rise of women's sports, Panini is the place to be for digital collectors.
For the first time, Panini is letting you bridge your digital cards to the blockchain and buy and sell them OpenSea, real ownership, new marketplace, and a whole new way to collect.
Check it out at nft.paniniamerica.net or OpenSea today. Visit paniniamerica.net or download the Panini Direct app to get collecting today.
And you saw the hand.
Yeah.
You saw the hand throwing popcorn to kids in the stands.
Yeah.
You saw the hand riding around on a skateboard.
From the show Wednesday.
From Adam's Family thing. And John Boy tweeted out, imagine telling Babe Ruth this is who'd be throwing out the first pitch to open up the 2026 MLB season. It was a robotic hand. Really cool to see.
Yeah.
Rolling around on a skateboard everywhere.
So this was a real animatronic hand. This
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
something
yeah.
done on the TV.
So, Sam, it got us thinking, what would the Babe be most shocked by if you got to talk to the Babe in 2026? What would shock him the most about society, sports, entertainment? Like, what would shock an old guy?
There's a topical one, an obvious one, like just the ABS system.
Yeah.
What the hell is this saying?
If you told him a robot is going to call balls and strikes.
That's right there.
You wouldn't even know what a robot.
Yeah.
You have to explain
What's
what
a
a
robot
robot
What do you mean by
is.
robot saying? Uh-huh.
Well, that is a pip.
Yeah. What do you mean robots?
You know,
What are you talking about there?
He was known as a womanizer.
Yeah, that's right. I still am known as a womanizer. Yeah.
Could you imagine if somebody showed him OnlyFans?
Oh, yeah. I love me some OnlyFans. That's right. Yeah.
I got a lot of fans, but I'll subscribe to their fans.
Oh, man. The Babe's head would spin. That crown would be flying up watching OnlyFans.
He'd run around the bases really fast.
Yeah, dude. So what would the Babe be shocked to find out in today's world, today's game? It doesn't have to be about baseball. It could be today's world. Like, what do you think would shock the Babe the most? Think of the Babe. Think of you talking to him. What would he be shocked to hear?
I'll be honest. He was the highest paid and, a man amongst boys back then. But I think he would be shocked at the accommodations that athletes get now. Not just the money, meaning the private planes, the accolades, and all this stuff, because he was the only guy getting close to that attention. I will compare it to, like, in the 80s, how wrestlers will say Hulk Hogan got the red carpet treatment, but the other guys were all sort of, grinding.
Yeah.
That was the case up until the middle of the 20th century, where players had part-time jobs in the offseason.
Or they go barnstorming where they'd play non-MLB games with other leagues or smaller towns and teams. And now he wouldn't have to worry about that because he'd be paid so well.
Like, hey, Babe, get this. Hey, what's going on there? I'm like, Babe, guess what? There's something in today's world called diversity.
Yes,
Well,
the WBC.
What do you mean by that? Diversity. What is this word you say? You're like, yeah, just get this. There's a bunch of Hispanics in the game nowadays.
Oh, no, you're talking about a city. See, it's called Diverse City.
No,
It's a term called diversity.
Wait a second. So you're saying I got to play against these guys? Like, yeah, you got to play against these guys, baby. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, a little trickier when you include everyone, huh?
Wait, against Satchel Paige?
Wait, are black guys allowed too? Yeah, they're allowed to play against you. I don't know.
Maybe I won't be as good then,
That doesn't seem as fair to me now, yeah. Right? So there'd be a lot of shockers. There'd be a lot of shockers for the Babe, because that's no knock on the Babe, but he didn't have to compete against all these other dudes. He just didn't. So that is a big-time shocker if you're talking to the Babe.
I think the Babe would be big on social media because he did love attention.
Yeah.
I got a lot of Instagram followers, see? Yeah, I do, yeah. Well, I'm going to go.
Oh, yeah, he definitely
I'm gonna go live.
Hey, get this, Babe. There's something called DoorDash. Yeah, what's that?
Yeah, they can bring me hot dogs right to me?
Or just these full
I don't think the
five-star
Babe was
menus.
getting his own hot dogs. I think he already.
Yeah, I don't need
had his-
DoorDash. I already
yeah.
got people bringing me dogs. Yeah.
No, but think of the stadium food if he saw the full 5-star menus now at these ballparks.
That's a good point, right? Because all they had was like hot dogs,
Dogs and
What's
peanuts,
ceviche?
right?
What's ceviche? Oh.
You know what? Danny G, that would be insane. The Babe would weigh 400 pounds.
Yeah.
What's a
With all the
poke bowl?
options.
What's a poke bowl?
Yeah.
I'm not paying $40 for that.
$20 for a brew.
He loved women. He loved baseball, women, booze, and food.
I think a lot of the precautionary stuff, he'd be like, what's this? Meaning, first of all, pitch counts or stuff like that. Be like, yeah, you hit 100 pitches? What, take them out? What do you mean, see?
Yeah.
What about everything from, picture the Babe. He's not even wearing a helmet, let alone elbow guards and batting gloves. He'd be like, yeah, gloves and guards? What are you, some type of little whoosh?
Yeah.
You pansy? Yeah.
If you got beaten in the head with a ball, you just take a cold.
Oh, man.
I like this jam. I got this jam on my playlist that I titled Falsette Tunes. Falsette Tunes.
I'll give Covino that. He showed me. It's a lot of great falsetto jams.
A lot of my favorite falsettos. So it's Covino and Rich.
I imagine Jamiroquai,
Oh, yeah.
Maroon 5.
Yeah.
Some
Bee Gees, bro.
maybe
Some Queen.
maybe a little What a Fool Believes. Maybe some
Oh, yeah.
Michael McDonald.
Michael McDonald in there.
Yeah, you're talking, bro. So I'm Covino. That is Rich. We're in for Dan Patrick. It's always a pleasure. Day 2 of the Dan Patrick hat-trick. And since we got a really big audience, Rich, let's remind everybody that we do a Patreon, patreon.com/Covino and Rich, where it's uncensored and personal and unleashed. Rich gets wild on the Patreon. You got to hear this guy's stories. Patreon.com/Covino and Rich. Join the fun. Be part of the family. We've been doing it for a long-ass time. And, of course, we're on Monday through Friday here, Fox Sports Radio.
Who the hell was that weather girl on ABC?
I don't know. Why don't you look her up for me?
Focus, Rich.
Is that Brianna Ruffalo?
Yeah, it is. It
Yes.
is. Yeah, it is. That's exactly what it is.
Saying.
So, anyway,
I'm aware of who this person is.
yeah, Sam. Jeez, I haven't
oh,
seen Sam
he's a
that
looker.
excited. Sam was like, yes!
All of a sudden, I'm very interested in the forecast of Los Angeles.
Rich saw it was sunny tomorrow. What are those butt cheeks on Saturday? No, that's just her. So anyway, we are on Fox Sports Radio Monday through Friday, 2 to 4 on the West, 5 to 7 on the East. And we also have a bonus pod. I know it's a lot, but we have a new episode that debuts today called Overpromised.
My goodness.
Because we always overpromise things we don't have time for, but it's a fun show. It's 20-something minutes.
It's like too many shows for me.
I know.
guys.
You know what?
I think just stop talking.
I'll tell you more about it later,
Yeah.
but we're streaming live right now at Covino and Rich
Again,
FSR.
more info. Let me read some of the great feedback. We were talking about best number twos. Or I'm sorry, the worst number twos in sports, a la the White Sox, Mets, Jets, Clippers. Some great answers. I'm going through our feedback now. And we also talked about that revelation when you were a kid, like, wait a minute. That coach used to play a really good one. Where was it? Oscar hit us up. He goes, I know exactly what you mean. Back in the day, I was like, wait, Don Drysdale was a pitcher? Better than Hershiser, Dad? In my mind, he looked like a super tan car salesman. You're like, wait, he was the best? And that pitcher, Danny G, whose son played, was that ex-Pirate Jack Wilson and his son?
Yes.
Thank you, Eddie, for that.
And by the way, my oldest didn't know Dave Roberts used to play.
Oh, my God. Show him Dave
Because
Roberts stealing second
They're
base. It'll be like-
teenagers, so they don't, yeah.
When
You mean the guy that totally changed the vibe of their run in 04?
It's like a different
The
human.
guy who never has to buy a meal or drink in Boston on his own.
You know what? It was also odd to us, I think, to see this dude stealing bases and then all of a sudden coaching. Like, how did he get so old so fast?
Yeah. Monkey Business Doug said, Rich, Mets and Jets really keep things simple for fans. Similar name, same crappy structure, and disappointment every year.
Yeah.
Well, just change one letter. And you can say the Nets, too. White Sox are the worst. That's Gus the Bus. And this one from Barajas, Danny. Number 2, worst, the Anaheim Angels. Good luck competing with the Dodgers. They try to do their own thing, and it fails every time. So
Free Mike Trout.
there you go. Hey, more Covino and Rich in for DP. Next, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Thanks for hanging, Danettes. Let's go.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes! We talk about pop culture, we talk about sports, we talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio.
When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking
joking.
Bo Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best.
You were dating some girl, and you were like,
Hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense.
her mom walked in. Can you believe he was dead the whole time?
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say
It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win,
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the fun.
we're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, oh, look at that bozo over there, and I'll point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. We take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just the more the merrier.
Josh, Covino thinks that every man should own a leather jacket.
I only wear vegan leather.
Can you believe this guy?
I can't believe this guy. We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all show. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
Mike Tyson, Covino, loves to just challenge us with random Mike Tyson trivia.
Which accomplished celebrity purchased my sprawling Connecticut estate?
I'm going to go 50 Cent.
You are absolutely correct, 50 Cent. I love his song.
You can't schedule a big event during
can't.
a big sports moment.
My family member scheduled their wedding the same night as a Julio Cesar Chavez fight. Everyone was glued to that fight instead of doing the electric slide.
This is weak.
Unbelievable. You're very tricky.
America, you got sports, you got fun, you got us.
Covino and Rich.
We're crushing it.
Tournament in the East. Tyrese Maxey dropped in 31 to help the Sixers knock off the Magic 109-97 to claim the 7th seed in the East. Head coach Nick Nurse says making the first round says a lot about this group.
Yeah, it's good. I think, like I told the guys, I'm proud of them. There's many times this year I've told them I'm proud of them for kind of continuing to pick themselves up and keep playing.
The Magic play the Hornets Friday for the 8th seed in the East. In the West, Steph Curry game-high 35 points as the Warriors rallied from 13 down in the fourth quarter, beat the Clippers 126-121. Will visit the Suns for the 8th seed in the West. Baseball, Dodgers smacked 4 homers, including a grand slam in the 8th. Crushed the Mets 8-2 to sweep the 3-game series. Padres with a 5-run ninth, including a walk-off 2-run double, beat the Mariners 7-6 for their 7th straight win. That's sports. I'm Ronta Moss.
Dan Patrick.
Welcome to the Dan Patrick Show.
We are the most unathletically decorated show in radio history, I think.
America's most revered sports talk show.
Respect the position that you have.
But today, Dan Patrick and the four Danettes are not here. So sitting in for Dan Patrick and hosting the Dan Patrick Show, here's Steve Covino and Rich Davis.
Yo, I'll tell you what, these guys are the worst number two. These guys.
Well, hey, love filling in for the great Dan Patrick. And for those that enjoy hanging with Covino and Rich as well, we appreciate that. And if you never heard us, give us a shot. I feel like you'll like what we're doing.
I feel like you're missing out. We're giving away prizes all the time. We're bribing listeners. We got new features. We got Mike who runs this take where we chop it up with Mike. You know Mike who runs this place?
Yeah.
He always brings a take to the table. It's a new feature. And we have Big Poppy baseball trivia now. Celebrities stop by.
Lots of random fun. And if, like I said, if you want to catch up on what we're doing at Covino and Rich, everything is there for you guys. And thank you, Dan and the Danettes, for allowing us to fill in. Let's get into it. Hour 2 of the Dan Patrick Show, or Dan Patrick Hattrick. We're back here tomorrow again.
That's right, but we're streaming live, so join the fun, join the chat, say hello to, put my glasses on, Sailor and Carrie and Art Lessons. There's a guy named Art Lessons. Stilo and Stockton, Mercer Boy. Again, the live chat is popping. You can see what you hear. YouTube.com/@Covino and Rich FSR.
I'm looking at the feedback. We were talking about the worst number twos.
Yes.
People were taking it into television and movies and stuff like that. And someone said, the Jeremy Renner of Bourne movies is the Angels, and Matt Damon is the Dodgers. Someone else hit us up with Ashton Kutcher. Ashton Kutcher is like the number 2 to a Charlie Sheen. Remember, they tried to do that on 2.5 Men. So it's not just sports. It extends into everything.
What's the worst sequel that comes to mind? Like immediately for you.
Sequel?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Like Part 2.
Was it Hot Shots Part 2?
No, I'm just saying. What's the worst number 2 when it comes to sequels?
I'm going to have to think about that. There's so many of them.
All right.
Man. Well, I have a new person I hate. Can I throw that out there?
Wow.
There's a new worst type of person out there that I think we need to call out on a sports network as big as FSR.
Can I say I hate everyone that was hating on me yesterday on social media? I hate you right back. I just want you to know that. It goes both ways, buddy. You don't like me? Well, guess what? I don't like you either.
I'll be honest. I'm a big fan of people that are a fan of me.
You know the guy that said Hovino and bitch? Yeah, I don't like you either, bro. I hate that guy.
I'll tell you who I hate. Can I throw it out there?
I mean, I don't really hate that guy, but for that second, I'm like, I hate you right back.
My friend, we had a lot of great conversations. Yesterday, we talked a little bit about the WNBA and how no one's talking about the unprecedented romance between Paige Beckers and AZ Fudd.
Well, unprecedented at this level, right?
Meaning two superstars that are like intimate and dating, like on the same team.
And it's not
stars.
From a judgy standpoint, from like a business standpoint of like,
stars.
Hey, this is a really interesting story.
My buddy Nicole, who I work with at SiriusXM, she heard us talking about that, and she goes, "Doesn't that happen? Did you guys mention how on like a TV show where co-stars date and then they have to keep doing the show?" And I'm like, how did we not think of that? She's like, there'll be romances on a set. A movie, you go, you're done. But there are shows that last season after season after season. If in season 1, 2 of the co-stars are stupping, they may have to work together.
Like Greg and Marsha Brady?
Year after year after year after. Is it Greg and the mom? Wasn't Barry Williams allegedly with the...
it was Greg and Marsha.
I thought Greg was with everybody. Wasn't he with Alice?
Barry Williams.
Yeah, stud, bro.
But that was an interesting thought that, yeah, I guess that happens on TV shows. Season 1, 2 hot stars started canoodling, and then it's like, oh, man, that didn't work out. The show did, though, so now we got to see each other every day for season 2, 3, 4, 5. And I was like, that's a good point. Now, I said there's a new person I hate. Here's the person I hate. The person that fights over stadium promotional items. We talked about the Yoshi bobblehead a week or so ago at Dodger Stadium. That was a big deal. $500 on eBay and on, Marketplace. People are selling $500 Yoshi bobbleheads. People apparently flew in from Hopon to get this bad boy. I was at Hello Kitty sweatshirt night the other night. They had the Pope hat at the White Sox game. Did you see that police had to break up brawls? People were throwing fists for the new Padres puffer vest.
I'm sorry, people want that? I got to check this bad boy out.
I'll be honest, for a promotional item, it's pretty cool, but
the Padres puffer vest?
That's what's it.
That's what's up. That's what's it.
I just always think of those lame old rapping fans that they had. Now I'm picturing those guys wearing these vests.
San Diego, most beautiful place, but some of their fans have not done them justice. But yeah, there were fights breaking out.
We don't win titles, but we got puffy vests. That's what's it.
It's a cool
what's it.
It's a cool promo item, but the Padres puffer vest, you shouldn't, honestly.
Are you investing, bro?
You're a grown-up. People were punching. Danny,
Oh, by the way, it's reversible, dude. That's probably why.
Police had to break up brawls. There were, I think, arrests made because people were like, that's my puffer vest.
And Rich, going from anywhere from $60 to $70 on eBay right now.
But you know what?
And it's probably not even that well made.
That's
it's
a steal.
Cheap.
But that's a steal compared to the Dodger promotional item.
Or any
You know why it's a great promotional item though? Because I see other dudes, especially like dudes at ball games, like the dads at the basketball games.
I love puffer vests.
They love vests. Like, hey man, great to see you. Other dads are wearing their vest, drinking their coffee.
Covino has a theory that once you go vest, it's like that's your thing. Like
I'm on. I have never yet purchased a vest. So if they're gonna give me one for free, I'm like, yeah, I'll take it and see if it works.
I love Covino's phrasing. He goes, bro. He comes up to me like a month ago. He goes, "Are you investing?"
Well, you know why? I came back from Idaho and I noticed all the dudes there. It's like the official uniform of the dads.
It's like Oakley's in Texas.
Yeah, it's like
chilly mornings.
Yeah, chilly mornings,
warm afternoons. You want to be able to ditch that vest.
Yeah,
you want to have like a long sleeve shirt.
I thought all the guys. You guys got
look
problems. They hate sleeves. You hate these people. They hate sleeves.
You too could look like Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
It's like I like a warm torso, but I like chilly arms.
Isn't it such a Back to the Future look though?
Yeah, when I was a kid in the 80s, I had this look.
Is that a life preserver?
And my point was, if you're going to give me one for free, yeah, I'll definitely take one because I haven't bought one yet. So I could see why people want this vest, this puffer vest.
But it sounds like a ridiculous question. And first of all, do we all agree that the worst type of, like a new person to hate is the person getting in fistfights over a stadium giveaway?
It's like people fighting on Black Friday. Back when Black Friday meant something, people fighting over a TV and they're like trampling each other and stuff.
Yeah, don't fight over a puffer vest or a Yoshi bobblehead.
What do you think they're going for on eBay right now?
Sam said like
$60 to $70. I saw at first glance.
But that hoodie that Rich got, those are already going for a couple $100. The Hello Kitty hoodie.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh. And these things aren't always like well made either. Like they start, losing feathers or whatever. Like they'll start like little loose threads. Like they're made cheaply because they're giving out 40,000 of them.
I look at the great Dan Patrick. I feel like is a guy that invests.
Yeah, in corduroy vests.
He has nice, sweet corduroy pants.
Yeah.
But it's a ridiculous question. But do you feel like you're either a vest guy or not? Like you go to that giveaway. Let's say you are down in San Diego. I feel like you are cut from like Danny G. Your style and everything. You're not a vest guy.
No.
You're a jersey guy. You're a button-down guy when you dress up. You're a jeans guy. Like, I can't picture Danny G coming in with, like, a Raiders puffer vest. Like, it just, I don't. Now, I was Sam. I look at you. If you came in here with, like a yellow Iowa puffer vest, I'd be like, oh, that makes sense.
See, I'm in the point in my life where I wear a lot of button-up, short-sleeve shirts over a T-shirt like I am wearing right now. There will be a time where I transition to the vest.
You have how
in high school I was a vest guy, and then I transitioned away from it. I shopped at Structure or Men's Express.
I love
they
how
were all about vests.
I love how you have a plan because I always say that. I go, down the line when I hit like 50 or older, I think I'm going to transition into golf. I think I'm going to
Patagonia vest.
I think 50 plus. I'm going to invest in my golf game. I love that you're like, one day I'll be a vest guy again.
Yeah.
Again.
I don't know if that look is for me, but I think it's a cool look. So I would want the free vest. So I'm not fighting anybody over it. And when I say I'd want the free vest, that doesn't mean I want a Padres one. I'm just saying I would want the giveaway.
I have a question.
But you know what, Rich? Rich and I love to disagree, and that just happens organically. I actually agree with him. People that fight over things like this deserve a karate kick to the neck.
Yeah. Well,
They're in the Disney adult category who push the little kids out of the way for the lines to meet the characters.
No, worse than that. When you said push kids, I saw an old clip, and listen, it happens every day, but this old clip was ultimately embarrassing. I saw Derek Jeter when he was playing, walking towards the crowd to give this little kid a ball, and some grown-ass man kept going in front of the kid like, Derek, and I'm like, how embarrassing. Stop embarrassing yourself.
Do you hate that Zach Hampel guy that steals all the home runs from the kids then?
That guy's a villain.
Yeah, but you know what? We've interviewed him, and I found him to not be that annoying, but it seems like everyone on social media hates that dude.
His gimmick's annoying, but it's a gimmick, so I get it. I will say, however, anyone at a ball game that tries to get in front of a kid for a ball or an autograph,
or even a free item,
for that, you're cut from the same cloth as the person that punches someone for a bobblehead.
Yeah, like you just got a bobblehead and you took it from a kid. Loser. What a loser.
Don't be a loser.
Don't be a loser. And don't fight people over a free puffer vest, especially a San Diego Padres one. Here, you want it? You can have it. So that's funny, man. I missed that. I don't know how I missed that.
Yeah,
I don't get Padre updates, I guess.
I thought it was wild to think that every week. And you know what? When I was a kid, did your parents, we went to a couple ball games a year, and I think my mom did look at the promotional calendar. We would, Richie, do we want to, like, if we're going to go to one or two games, if your family's going to go to a game or so,
you got a full-on bat when you were a kid.
It was like
that?
Fireworks night. I remember parents would always be like, let's go to fireworks night.
Remember New York Mets weapons night, and they'd give you a bat?
Yeah. You know what? I remember.
I got a Ricky Henderson bat one time when I was a little kid. I'm like, I cannot believe they just gave this to me.
On our bat? Get out of my way.
It was a full-size baseball bat.
Yo, for real.
Hold on.
Give you full bat, and sometimes you get those little ones too. Remember those little
the
ones?
mini wood bat.
Mini wood
I love
bats?
the mini wood bat.
If Spot, our
How about,
video.
remember old school like batting glove day, and you get those like pleather, like cheap batting gloves?
Yeah. You know what? I remember there was a promotional item I had for years. If our video guy Spot could find this in the next 30 seconds, I'd be impressed. Because I remember it was, when you have those things that were in your childhood house that never went away, like you think you threw it out and somehow it pops up again.
That plastic helmet.
Not the plastic helmet.
With that weird brown insert.
Do you remember in the 80s, the advent of the rally cap? And I think the 86 Mets were one of the first credited where you flip the top up and they would put the ball there. It was a Velcro ball in like a 1980s rally cap. And I think, would you say the 80s might have been the first decade where they started doing promo nights? I don't think they were doing that in this. Do you think they were doing
Everybody got Reggie bars in the 70s.
Everyone did get Reggie bars in the 70s?
Well, because there's a famous story where they all threw them on the field.
Well, that is true. So maybe late 70s? Maybe that was the first ever promo night?
I really don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Seems like there should be a 30 for 30 on this.
Something my girlfriend would ask me. She's like, and she'd be like, you talk sports. How do you not know that? And I'd be like, I don't know. How would I know? How would I know that? Well, I'll look it up for you.
You know what? A lot of times you think people know things and they don't. Two things I mentioned the other night to some of my buddies at our softball
when
game.
Did promotional giveaways become a thing?
Yeah, look that up.
Yeah, I searched it too, and the Disco Demolition Night thing comes up from the late 70s. I don't know if that's really a promotion, though.
Maybe late 70s.
It was a theme.
People
a theme.
Are bringing their disco albums to destroy, right?
Yeah.
There's two little fun facts that Covino and
Why don't you ask Colin, bro? Doesn't he have all the answers?
Please don't egg Rich on with this.
Come on, Danny is our best feature we got. When Rich asks Colin.
It's bad enough he stole Fernando Mendoza from our show.
You know what the worst part about this, when Rich does this? There's like a pause, and you can't say anything or it messes up the system.
Yeah.
And it feels like it's 30 seconds. And it's awkward.
When you ask Colin a question on this AI cowherd thing, you're right. You have to pause. So here we go.
Anytime, anywhere. What's your question?
Yeah, that's what he says, right? Yeah.
Something like that.
Beep, boop, bop, boop.
Oh, boy.
Say it's already.
Oh, come on, Rich.
Here we go. Let's ask him.
Dude, this is like Prime Video's technical difficulties.
Every play, every stat, every storyline, I've got it all. What do you want to know?
Hey, Colin, when was the first promo night fan giveaway at a sporting event?
Pause.
The first real promo night giveaway vibe traces back to baseball doing stunts like Scrap Metal Day at the Polo Grounds in 1942. Teams were already bribing you to show up. The modern, clean version of it really takes off in the 1960s with Bat Day, when kids got actual Louisville Sluggers. And yeah, that got a little too rowdy. Give fans a souvenir, and you're not just selling a ticket, you're selling an event.
Oh, thank you, AI Colin.
Wow, that was satisfying.
The full bat giveaways went through the 80s, though, when we got them as little kids.
Yeah. Oh, Spot found it. That's the rally
Let's
cap.
see.
That's the rally cap? You wore
Wow.
that? Aren't you embarrassed?
I would
wear that?
I would wear that
It's
today.
on our YouTube channel at Covino and Rich.
Wait, did
Spell
that-
it out, A-N-D.
Did that hat come with a lifetime guarantee?
What's that?
No ass for a lifetime guarantee?
And highly flammable.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
anyway, speaking of, that trend is back. All these goofy hat giveaways.
This was the first time Rich had a ball in his head.
But not the last. So they got the Red Sox like cowboy hat they're giving away. I bet you the Dodgers do that brimless hat because Diaz was rocking it.
Yeah,
They did all
Edwin,
sorts of. They did the Pope hat, as you mentioned, at the White Sox game.
Have you noticed that trend? Edwin Diaz and some of the Dodgers are on the not in the game, obviously, but are wearing this. It looks, Danny, like the official blue Dodgers hat, but no brim. So it almost looks like a little cap.
The brimless hat. And I guarantee that's going to be, if it keeps going, it'll be a promotional giveaway eventually.
Two little fun facts. You said you assume people know.
And you know why they call them promotional giveaways? Because when I get one, I just give it away.
No, you save it for Christmas.
Yeah, I give it away to Uncle
Hey,
Joe.
Uncle Joe.
Uncle Joe, I got you a brimless hat. Here you go.
Here's a Hello Kitty sweatshirt.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Two little fun facts that you said you assume people know things, but they don't. Like your girlfriend would be like, how do you not know? You guys grew up in Los Angeles. Well, I was Sam, you Iowa, but Danny G, you grew up at a house out here in the West Coast.
Yeah, Rialto, California.
I said to one of my softball buddies, because I was rocking a Mets shirt, and I go, you know how the Mets got their colors? And I don't think a lot of West Coast people know, or maybe baseball fans, the Mets blue and orange is a tribute to the Dodgers and the Giants, who left New York to go west at the same time. The Mets blue is Dodger blue, and the Mets orange is the San Francisco Giants orange, because the Giants and the Dodgers both left. And when the Mets were created, they took a little for the Dodgers fans and the Giants fans when they created the Mets.
Don't act like you know. You got that from Ask Colin.
Let me give you one more. Show me this. When people are throwing the ball around the infield, what's the progression?
Around the horn?
Third base.
From third to second to short, and then
Back to the
short
pitcher.
to pitcher, yeah.
Why do they leave out the first baseman when they throw the ball around the infield?
I don't know. Ask Colin.
I'll tell.
No, I know, but go ahead. I know you want the glory here.
I
know everything. Ask Rich Davis.
I know everything.
Ask me.
But when people, strike out third base, second, short, back to the pitcher, they leave out first base because back in the day, they used to throw it around the whole infield. But when Lou Gehrig first got sick and towards the end of Lou Gehrig's career, to take any unnecessary pressure off of him, they said, you don't have to throw it to Lou. And Lou Gehrig played first base. So
in tribute
to Lou Gehrig, originally the Yankees were the first team to do it. And they're like, Lou doesn't need the extra unnecessary throws around the infield. Other teams in tribute to Lou Gehrig started doing it. Hence, the first baseman left out of the toss around.
Hey, by the way, you dropped something.
What was that?
Facts. Thank you,
look at
Rich
that.
Davis, with
Look
the
at
fun
that.
facts. And by the way, speaking of baseball, we got to get into this. And tailgating and more.
Yeah.
Something happened with the Orioles.
Yeah, a couple nights ago.
Their manager took a line drive to the cabeza, to the face, and we got to give you the update. And if you want to hear more about hats, can I shamelessly promote our bonus pod again?
You have a hat podcast?
No, we talked about the current hat trends and giveaways on Overpromised. That's our bonus podcast. That's at Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. Give us 22 minutes. We'll give you the world. It's a really fun show. Overpromised with Covino and Rich. Again, at Covino and Rich FSR. That's also where we're streaming live as we speak.
All right, well, we're going to get to this Orioles manager story. Plus, I did say we were going to get to this new NFL team logo that for some reason has people's heads spinning on social media. They can't comprehend what this team has done to their logo.
It's all because of an arrow.
And it's all because of an arrow. Yeah, that's the truth. So we'll get to that and more. Having some fun, relaxing, in for DP. Covino and Rich right here on Fox Sports Radio.
Now, there's a lot to celebrate this summer, Rich. Got to keep it, can I say classy?
You could say classy.
It's classy, but it's class. Got to keep it classic with Miller Lite.
Whether you're toasting the birth of our nation, our soccer team scoring a big goal, or just beautiful warm weather on the deck out by the pool, it's Miller time across America.
I can see it right now. I'm at Rich's pool. What's that cool thing you keep bragging about? Your Baja deck?
It's a Baja shelf.
Baja shelf. That's my Baja shelf.
Do you know what that is?
Rich is wearing flip-flops. I'm like, ugh. So I need to dip away, and I dip into that cooler. Ooh, crisp, cold Miller Lite for this guy.
Well, you know, the draft is next week. A lot of people feel like that's the start of summer for football fans. How about a fresh start? Dan Patrick and the guys. The Dan Patrick Show is going to be broadcasting live from Pittsburgh. And Miller Lite, our partner, will be there with the guys in just about a week from now. We'll be watching the picks, debating who got it right, who got it wrong. And we'll have Miller Lites in hand, just like DP and the boys. DP and the Danettes. Clean, crisp, easy to drink, especially when the night goes long.
It's been a go-to for 50 years. A true American Pilsner since 1975. Miller time, always a good time.
An All-American summer starts with an All-American beer, Miller Lite. Go to MillerLite.com/Patrick to find delivery options near you. Or you can pick up Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
Mike Trout of the Angels put on a show last night, and he got people remembering and thinking about, yeah, that's right. He's one of the best. What's his deal? Why is he on the Angels?
That's the question, right? So you got to ask yourself, does Mike Trout like his narrative? Because if he didn't, he's had so many opportunities to change it, or forcibly change it, or totally not even against his will when he re-signed an extension in 2019. When Mike Trout has been on a team that hasn't sniffed the postseason in over a decade. They haven't had a winning season in a decade.
No postseason since 2014 and not a winning season since 2015. And we're talking about a team that had both Shohei and Trout on the team at the same time. And it's so sad. What really puts a spotlight on Mike Trout's career was his incredible night last night and the fact that Shohei Ohtani left and won 2 World Series since. You know, because it makes you think of what the possibilities could be for a guy like Mike Trout. Mike Trout on any other team other than the Angels would be a household name, a superstar. Granted, he's not personality plus, but his stats do enough talking. The guy's one of the greats.
And I wonder, there has to be something that Mike Trout is like, dude, I'm cool.
I'm living a great life. I'm making great money.
He's thinking, what? Go to New York? Go to Chicago? No, thanks. Put on the pinstripes? That would be cool. But then there's pressure, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, Mike Trout playing in New York? Maybe he's like, dude, I got a beach house. Maybe he lives in Long Beach with a view of the ocean, and he just chills.
You know, and the constant comparisons. Last night, again, they were playing the Yankees. The constant comparisons of Mickey Mantle and the type of player he is. I'm telling you, you ask, do the mom test. They're like, I heard of Mike Trout, maybe. We're talking a guy with insane stats. We're talking a guy who they compare to Mickey Mantle. We're talking about a guy who Aaron Judge calls the GOAT, and he's giddy about. He's like giggling and giddy about him. And your mom doesn't even know who he is. So it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know what his deal is. Maybe Rich is right. Maybe he's okay with this narrative. Maybe he has a comfortable life. But there's a part of me that thinks that he's just a humble dude, and he really does want to win. He just doesn't want to be a diva about it. And maybe doesn't want to take the steps that a Shohei did to do what he did. But I think that's what you need to do in today's world if you want to win. And I think it's sad because last night he was also part of history. Last night, I'm going to need some help here because I forget who it was. But he was part of something we might not ever see again in our lifetime. 2 former MVPs both hit 2 home runs last night, Aaron Judge and Mike Trout. And the last time that happened was like in 1950-something. So imagine if you were at that game. You saw history. You saw Aaron Judge hit 2 bombs. You saw Trent Grisham hit 2 bombs too. But you saw Mike Trout hit 2 bombs. Hasn't been done since like Roy Campanella and someone else or something. Since the 1950s, where 2 MVPs went at it like that. And Aaron Judge gets all the credit in the world. Again, he's playing for the Yankees. Mike Trout doesn't see any of that credit unless you're a hardcore baseball fan. That's just the truth. And he's got his health back, and that's the difference, and that's why we're talking about it. It's one thing if he was a shell of the Mike Trout he was, and, yeah, man, we saw the best of Mike Trout. Seems like he's back, dude. Seems like he's back, and it seems like he wants it. But what does he actually want? Even when they play great, they scored 10 runs last night and lost. My bullpen is cheeks. Maybe that has something to do with it, Rich. Maybe he is too comfortable for his own good. But that's where someone needs to pull a Ben Affleck in what was the movie? Goodwill Hunting, where he has to, show some tough. Someone has to show Mike Trout some tough love and be like, if you come back here, if I see you pull up here again tomorrow, whatever Affleck says to Matt Damon in the movie, like, hey, do your thing. You're too good for this. You're too good for this town. You're too good for you're a great player. You're better than the Angels. Someone needs to tell him he needs to get out. He needs to win because you know what? It's sports, Rich. And his legacy is defined by it. That's just the truth. Yeah, he may be comfortable. Of course, he makes a great living. Guess what? Most people in the MLB make a great living. Your legacy is defined by your winning, and he's not doing diddly squat in Anaheim. Scattered showers. At least that's what Brianna Ruffalo said on the news today.
Oh, hey.
We're live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. And every pick, every trade, we got our guy. Draft night is better together. Yeah. So grab a Miller Lite, grab your friends, and turn tonight into one you'll talk about all season. Miller Lite. Legendary moments start with a light.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm Steve El Hombre Más Guapo Covino. That's my full name, guys. Steve Covino and Rich Davis, Danny G at Danny G Radio, Danny Gradio. And, of course, Iowa Sam on the ones and twos. It's the show. Join us Monday through Friday, 2 to 4 on the West, 5 to 7 on the East, or anytime. We're streaming live at Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube, at Covino and Rich FSR. Want to talk some baseball, bro?
I do. I'm thinking about how bad my Metsies are. 8 in a row.
Metsies?
They were
Is that the first time you ever referred to them as the Metsies?
Yeah, because he's trying to cutesy it up. They stink.
I've never heard you refer to them as the Metsies.
Yeah, the Mets fans do. Keith Hernandez always says Metsies.
So we're going to talk some tailgating.
8 in a row.
Yeah, they're terrible.
They were 7-4, and I was like, oh, good start, 7-4. 8 in a row.
Not even a Mets puffer vest giveaway would get me to Citi Field.
But it's not even like they're losing close games and they're showing some fight. Lindor again yesterday didn't charge a ball. Dodger was safe at first base on a routine ground ball in the infield, and then they go on and score 4 runs that inning. Like, it just something's not right. The payroll and the production doesn't match up, and it's embarrassing.
Well, that's the also interesting part about the long season of baseball. Things just start to click. They're going to click eventually.
They have to. I mean, I don't think Bo Bichette and Lindor and all these guys are going to bat 180 their whole season.
It just happens. It's weird. It's like they got the sickness right now. Chemistry's off. So we're going to talk some tailgating. We got Old School When 50 hits coming up. That's when we throw it back and get you involved. The most inclusive show on radio, 877-99 on Fox. Covino and Rich in for Dan Patrick. Speaking of baseball.
Yep.
Craig Albernaz, manager of the Orioles, was struck by a foul ball this week. But he took I believe it was a 70-mile-per-hour foul ball to the face, which, when you think about it, Could have been a lot worse when guys like Giancarlo Stanton are hitting 114 miles per hour exit velocity off the bat.
I mean, he's lucky he didn't break all bones in his face.
Hold up, because he got a broken jaw.
I mean, like shattered. It could have been
7 fractures in his cheek area.
Maybe it is bad. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, but I feel like it could have been worse.
Well, here's why it's misleading, though, because he came out at the press conference after the game.
I'm good.
He's like, I'm good somehow. And he got his face all mangled because, again, it was off of Jeremiah Jackson, 71-mile-per-hour foul ball to the face. Here's what he had to say after the game.
Ooh. I guess not correction by me, but his upbeat attitude and the fact that he's talking like that instead of like his jaw's wired shut. Like, I feel like it could have been worse, but it sounds pretty bad.
Broken jaw, 7 fractures.
But doesn't he sound pretty damn upbeat for a guy?
Absolutely. You would never know. I mean, watching that clip too, you would just think that he had, a mark on his face from the line drive to the face. Again, foul ball by Jeremiah Jackson. Isn't that a Robert Redford movie from the 70s?
Jeremiah Jackson went on to hit...
Oh, no, wait, that's Johnson. My bad.
He went on to hit a key home run in that game earlier in the week.
Grand slam.
And he actually gave that ball to coach and said to his manager and he signed it, "Sorry, bro," because he's the guy that also hit the foul ball that hit him in the face. So,
like, sorry, boss.
Sorry, ball.
So, yeah, he gave him the sorry game ball, and I don't know if you caught it when you heard Coach Albernaz talking about it, Craig Albernaz, but the dude now, he has this welt on his face. He has a broken jaw, but he has to eat baby food for 6 weeks, which honestly, what I thought, my immediate thought was, guy's probably going to get shredded for summer. Good for him. Because that's all he could eat for 6 weeks.
Liquid diet?
Yeah.
He's gonna have abs.
Maybe he's onto something. What if he shows up all ripped, aggressive cutting? What if he, he's part of the manosphere now, like clavicular. He's all
young kids are breaking their jaw on purpose.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's bone smashing with baseballs. But the guy has to eat baby food for 6 weeks, and, I feel bad for him, even though he's in good spirits right there. What are some things that you had to do that you never thought you'd do again, just based on that?
What, like eat baby food?
Yeah, but for 6 weeks, dude. Not like for 6 days. Not for like a week or 6 weeks.
Okay, you know what? I'll say this.
This guy's eating Gerber baby food for 6 weeks.
Things you never thought you'd do again. I'll tell you what. If you got little kiddos, Danny G, you got little baby Koa. I got 2 little kids. Covino's got a teenage daughter. It's not along the lines of eating baby food, but there are snacks in my house that I thought I would never eat again. But because my kids have them, like late night if I'm hungry, I'm like,
that's why dads start gaining weight, seriously.
Yeah,
because now all of a sudden your pantry has these snacks in there.
Like, I didn't think there would be fruit by the foot or like,
Gushers.
Even something like Gushers fruit snacks or things in my kids' lunchbox, like Cheez-Its. I would never buy Cheez-Its.
And the thing is, you don't want them to go to waste, so you feel it's your job as dad to finish the pack.
Exactly. And we grew up with our parents just drilling it in our heads. Do not waste food. You can't waste food. And so my wife does it too. Like, I'm going to have to eat the rest of that, Koa. We can't waste food. The other day, I caught myself eating those little star-shaped chicken nuggets.
Yeah, but Danny G, truthfully though,
I never thought I'd be eating kid star nuggets.
I love star nuggets. I can't believe it.
But you know what, though? You just nailed it, Danny. And Covino said that's why dads will start getting a little bit of a belly. Because
hell yeah, you should see me back in the early 2000s, dude. I was hefty.
You looked like Mario Lopez. Now you look like
yeah, man. But especially
around, he looks like George Lopez now.
I look like George Lopez. Thanks, bro.
There are times where, and I think every dad can relate to this. Your kid's done with their dinner, or they say, "I'm full," and there's like a good scoop of mac and cheese and like a couple nuggets left, and instead of just dumping it in the trash can, your fat ass just picks up the plate and you're like, oh, you eat the mac and cheese. And again, it's so unnecessary. So to answer the question, things you never thought you'd do again, I don't know, eat all these stupid kid snacks.
A lot of them have to do with being a parent.
I'll give you
when
one
you
for
think
you.
about it. I'm imagining you, Mr. Proud Coach Rich, stepping onto a Little League field. Rich held the banner at the parade. He's so into it. It's like, let a little kid do it. I bet he never thought he would do that again.
Well, you know what?
It's my team, my banner.
Even, honestly, like, if I bet there's a lot of dads that are like, I haven't thrown a baseball in a long time.
Yeah, it's things like that. It's things like, for me.
I'll give you one.
Go ahead.
When I coached the Pony Ball All-Stars this summer, I had to wear, I'm not even joking, guys, and I'm not the only dad that's had to do this, so I'm sure other people are like, yep, me too. We had to wear full uniform like we were Sparky Anderson in the 80s.
What team were you coaching?
I was coaching just the West Hills All-Stars.
Oh, it wasn't like the Tigers?
No, it was, you saw me. Remember I said, should I go high socks or not?
Yeah.
Remember about a year ago? So during the regular season, like, what does coaches wear? The Little League or Pony Ball T-shirt or jersey. During All-Stars, they make the coaches wear baseball pants. I never thought I'd wear baseball pants and baseball socks again in my life.
Did you get extra use out of them? Do you wear them around the house once in a while?
My wife likes it. I just wear the stirrups.
Oh, just the stirrups. That's so funny.
I'll give you one for you.
Yeah.
I know you say I'm the league leader bringing up your divorce, but
Yeah.
I bet you never thought.
You're number one on the board.
I thought you probably never thought you'd grab another random ass again.
Yeah, I never did.
When you were single again for the first time.
Yeah.
Before you met your girlfriend and you were like, wait a minute, I'm single again? That wasn't.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, wow, I never thought I'd be like on the dating scene
I
again.
never thought I'd have a.
I was in my 40s,
No,
on the scene.
When you're 40, you didn't think like I'm gonna have a first kiss again. Like,
Well, this is funny because
that sounds corny, but
it's not all through our kids. It's things like that too. And based on Albanese having to eat baby food for 6 weeks, we're saying things that you thought you'd never do again. When Rich and I, this gives a little history of what we did. We started as a talk show for Maxim Radio. Remember Maxim Magazine? Maxim Radio was on Sirius at the time, before Sirius XM.
What's a magazine?
Exactly.
So we were trying to bring the magazine to life on the radio, entertainment, sports, lifestyle, that sort of thing, music. And we did a talk show for Maxim for years.
Isn't it wild to think how popular men's magazines were?
Oh, yeah. We used to host all the parties. It was
Maxim,
insane.
Playboy, FHM, Stuff, all those magazines
But honestly,
that you had. Yeah.
that's how we ended up doing what we do now, because we'd be at all the sporting events interviewing all these athletes and everything. So anyway, long story short, as part of the Maxim brand, they would send us to spring break, like to cover spring break. And we're like in our mid to late 20s. Like, I never thought we'd be a spring break again.
I remember mid to late 20s. That's fine. I thought you were going to say like
no, but dude,
mid-30s.
you know who you're spring breaking with? Like 18-years-olds. And you think, you know what I mean? 19, 20
I was saying,
year
you're
olds.
still in the zone,
I
though.
was saying, I remember
We were in the zone, believe me, but we never thought we'd have that opportunity.
It's the first time you guys were wealthy compared
we
to
had
your
money.
company.
Danny, Danny, we were. That's the best point you've made today. We were. Because you forget the difference between.
Thank you.
Backhanded insult.
No. I mean, Danny,
backhanded
Danny,
compliment.
you've made so many bad points. That's your first good one. No, but Danny, you're so 100% right. The difference between a 19-year-old college kid at spring break and a 25-year-old young professional making
30s,
money,
though. Because we went to more than one. We went like a few years in a row. We went to Acapulco, Panama City. I was probably 30, but and I'm like,
you're not doing the beer bong the correct way.
I never thought I had to pinch myself.
I mean, those kids are lined up at Taco Bell. You guys could have ate at the Chart House.
It was wild.
I remember going to spring break with Covino, Acapulco, and I was, I think, 25, about to be 26, and I remember being like, this is unfair because you have the knowledge of a mid-20s. Mid-20 things.
You still look really young.
And you still look young enough. And you're like,
but you got some career experience.
And money.
And more money than the college.
And you guys
right?
knew how to deal with herpes.
Yeah, Rich especially. Rich was the expert.
What?
Yeah.
But no, never thought you'd go back to spring break. There was another one I had on the tip of my tongue. What was it?
Oh, I don't know. But as the parent of a teenage kid now, like going back to her high school, you're like, or helping them out with their like homework assignments, because anything your kid goes through, you as the parent also go through. It's like barf. Like I gotta read your papers that you're writing.
Rise over run?
Yeah.
No, this is bringing back traumatic memories.
I got to relearn all your miserable math because you need help.
It's
no,
so funny.
thanks.
It's so funny.
Or just walk in the hallways of the high schools that like she's competing at or something. It's such a weird feeling because you think you're never going to do those things again, and then you're like thrusted into this world as a parent. You're like, I never thought I'd be back in a high school hallway.
It's really funny you would say that because, even helping your elementary school kid with their homework, you're like, we're converting fractions?
Rich thought he'd never eat Play-Doh again, and he did.
I did. I did.
By choice.
Yeah, by choice. As an
It's
adult.
there. It was available.
Yeah, come to think of it, it's pretty good.
It's non-toxic. Why not?
I never thought I would put Elmer's glue in my fingers and then peel it off.
Yeah, but he did.
Yeah, but I did.
Yep.
I'm making a diorama again. It's been years.
I never thought I would make, is the diorama the one in the shoebox?
Yes.
That's a good one. That's really a good one because here you are doing these things again. You're like,
do
man,
kids make dioramas anymore?
Yeah,
I
of
hope they
course,
do
yeah.
because that was a treat.
Leprechaun traps and all this other nonsense.
Yeah.
But you think you're never going to do it, and then you do it again. And it was so long ago.
Have you
but
guys-
it's all. And again, we're talking about this because the coach of the Orioles has to eat baby food for 6 weeks.
He's going to get ripped.
Clocked in the mouth. Yep. Have you guys ever taken a class at one of your gyms where in a group you guys are all working out together? I did a boxing class in Woodland Hills, California, and it felt like PE class. And I thought to myself, I thought I got away from this and I was never.
Group workouts.
Yeah, I thought I was never going to have that in my life ever again.
Danny D doing squat thrusts
you
in
know,
a group.
You know what's the funny thing about saying you have to eat baby food? Like you could say, oh, I'm going to do the liquid diet. I'm going to do smoothies. But it's like the idea of taking a tiny little spoon and eating like Gerber's baby food, like little like pureed applesauce. Like
Here
he doesn't
comes
have to
the
be
airplane, Coach
baby
Albanese.
food. It could just be liquid diet. Yeah, it's like, oh, here comes the peas, the pureed peas. You're like, I'm
Sam,
not going to eat actual baby food.
do people know the fun fact that you were the Gerber baby?
Nobody
They
knows
don't.
that. Now
they were
do.
actually like 10 Gerber babies. I was one of them.
Yeah, see, look at
He
that.
peaked early.
Not
You
true.
know, Rich, you did hit on a good one, though. I didn't want to bring up the divorce thing, but there's a lot of people so comfortable in their ways, whether it be, man, I can't believe I'm out there on the dating scene again. I never thought I'd have to do that or would do that again. That's really interesting. Or, having to start over in a new career. Like, I never thought I'd have to, find another job.
What
But-
about people that actually, and we have plenty of friends that have done this and family members that go back to college. And you're like, I never thought I would take a test
I
again.
never thought I'd have to study
or
like
sit
this
in a
again.
classroom or
Yep.
like, you have friends that are like, yeah, I'm changing careers or hey, my wife's taking some courses at college. Like, imagine going back to school. When you were done with school, in my mind, I remember that last day, be like, I will never take a test again.
Yeah. Ripped up all your Scantrons and number 2 pencils. Like, never. But
Yeah, since then,
you never
out
know.
of spite, I only use number 1 pencils.
That's right.
It's true.
Things you thought you'd never do again. More of your answers at Covino and Rich at Fox Sports Radio. And thanks for playing along.
And we're going to go old school next. It is the anniversary of a movie. We'll chop it up a little bit, go old school, talk some movies. We'll talk about a new NFL logo that's got people all up in a tizzy. A lot of fun. Thanks for hanging with us. Thanks for dealing with us. Covino and Rich in for Dan Patrick on Fox Sports Radio.
The NBA playoffs are here.
Yeah.
Steph Curry, man, with the night. And DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, boosts every game the whole postseason. When the lights get brightest, the best players in the world show you exactly who they are, and we saw that last night.
Yeah, 2 more games. The play-in game finales are Friday. Players turn it up round by round, and DraftKings turns it up too with profit boosts for every single day. The first round all the way to the finals. New sportsbook customers bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you get $300 in bonus bets instantly.
So you got to download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use code Patrick, Patrick. So you're ready for the moment. That's code Patrick. Turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins.
In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. James Lowe, coach ball game.
Are we putting too much pressure on not only the kids, but the families when it comes to all the different travel sports and all the different leagues that they're in all the time? Like, are we concerned about families spending family time? And what about kids burning out? It seems like there's a lot of pressure involved in this nowadays. How do you view this?
Yeah, well, I agree with you. And it's the reason I started a Sandlot tour where there needed to be an injection of joy and common sense into youth baseball, which is what I coach. But it's not just baseball, it's all sports. And I think it transcends sports. It goes into the homes as well. But yeah, I think a lot of it is parents living through their kids. My playing career didn't pan out like I wanted it to. I played 4 years of college, but I really wanted to play pro ball. Didn't happen. So as I started coaching in my 20s, I was coming from that place of I'm not really happy with how my career panned out. So there was some passive aggressive tone, there was some frustration, and that caused a lot of pressure that made kids want to quit the game. Thankfully, I had mentors that put their arm around me and they said, "Hey, ball game, you've got the energy of 50 camels, but that kid hates baseball now because of your insecurity." And those light bulbs kept coming. And I think that's a reason why kids don't want to play sports, especially when they get to that 12, 13, 14, where it's all about travel ball and elite, is because of adult anxiety. So I'm just here. Who would have thought it'd be novel? Let's just inject some common sense, some calm, some big picture thinking in these parents' brains, and let the kids play. If you go to the Dominican Republic, if you go to Cuba, if you go to Puerto Rico, there's sandlots and there's kids playing barefoot, and there's no parents, there's no coaches, and they're doing pretty good as far as pumping out Major League Baseball players. So
I'm so glad.
yeah,
I'm so
common
glad you
sense.
said. So glad you said Dominican Republic and some of these great baseball countries around the world. When you watch the World Baseball Classic and you see what the Savannah Bananas are doing, and you see what Coach Ballgame is teaching kids at his camps and tour, do we need to inject more fun into baseball? I know you work closely with Jeter and Bobby Witt Jr. and you're an ambassador to the game.
He brings a bongo to the field.
I saw Coach Ballgame. There's a Fox promo for MLB on Fox, and it said, "Fun is back in baseball."
Right.
Is that like an initiative or what?
It has to be. And again, how is that novel?
Right.
But when you watch the WBC, what'd you notice about all the fans?
Going nuts.
I mean, and I got invited in. I was the only U.S. fan at the Dominican Republic United States game, and I was there in Miami. I was the only American fan, A, in a July 4th man romper, but B, with a drum. I brought my djembe drum, and there was drum circles all over the place 4 hours before the game. And these Dominican fans, they invited me in. They said, "Hey, come on in, let's play." So there's just a joy, there's a celebration. They celebrate everything about the game. And you notice that with the players. When there's home runs hit, there's bat flips, there's just this little kid joy that comes out from those Latin countries. So I try to bring that to the Sandlot. I put a drum in the on-deck circle. I've got this conga drum with about 70 signatures, 15 Hall of Famers. Every major leaguer that I meet, I have them sign it, and I say, "This brings the party to the youth space." When parents roll up, they're expecting to stare at the scoreboard and be anxious for their kids all game long. Meanwhile, when there's a drum in the on-deck circle and coaches are calling kids by nicknames and just have this body language of joy, the parents are like, "Well, wait a second. So this does exist. This other thing, this fun, happy baseball, it actually exists."
on Monday through Friday, 2 to 4 on the West, 5 to 7 on the East. We have a bonus podcast called Overpromised. A new episode debuts today, Overpromised with Covino and Rich. It's sort of uncensored and unleashed. Check it out at Covino and Rich FSR. We're live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. And after the show, the podcast goes up. Danny G's always putting up our best of, the best of the week. If you missed anything this week, we had Coach Ballgame on yesterday. It was
great,
awesome.
Dude. I love Coach Ballgame. Now, you know, in a relationship or at work, when things are going bad, the little things that you might have overlooked are just amplified even more.
Yeah.
You're noticing that with the New York Mets right now, who, if they lose their next game, it'll be 9 in a row. And they have not lost 9 games in a row since 2004. And there's speculation that if they lose 11 games in a row on a road trip,
it's so much fun to root for.
Shut your face.
It really is.
Got swept by the A's and then the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Would you have to fire Mendoza?
Yes. So, yeah, I got to do something at that point.
Because now you're just trying to salvage something, right? I mean, like,
I'd fire Francisco Lindor.
By the way, that's Denny G. That's what I wanted to bring up real quick. Every little thing, like I said, you might be, in a good relationship. You let the little things go. When you're in a bad relationship, the little things are amplified. There's a video of Lindor just not charging a ground ball yesterday. And it was like an in-betweener against the Dodgers.
Yeah, I saw it.
Like, he got caught in between. Like, you couldn't really charge it, but because he had to stay back.
Yeah, Teoscar Hernandez was able to get to first.
Teoscar was safe, and that led to 4 runs. So now everyone's like, look, Lindor's heads up his ass again. And it's just when it rains, it pours. So, hey, let's go Mets, and let's go old school. It's 50. Hit it, Sam.
There's a certain...
Yeah!
What we gonna do right here is go back. Back into time.
Throwing it back for a Thursday. Old school when 50 hits. At 50 after, CNR give you the time capsule topic, and we reminisce together.
Yeah! And Danny, as we go old school, my struggling Mets, did you see that video going around that they haven't won since Mr. and Mrs. Met hugged Mayor Mondani in New York?
Yeah, that's why you don't mix politics with sports.
Is he the curse?
Yeah, probably.
He's the opposite of Grimace. Jeez. All right, Danny G, you hit us up with a movie that came out on this day 26 years ago.
Yeah, Love and Basketball, starring Sana Lathan, she was Monica, and Omar Epps, Q. And they fell in love through basketball, and then at the end they play each other.
Wait, Omar Epps, do you mean the bootleg Willie Mays Hayes?
She wants to get back with Omar, so they play each other one-on-one at the end, and she loses, she's crying, and he looks at her and he says, double or nothing. And it's a famous romantic basketball movie.
You know, of course I've heard of the movie, but I'll be the first to tell you, somehow, I must have been real busy in the year 2000. I don't know, man. I was on my grind.
This is one that's you always see this.
Of course.
It's always being replayed on TV.
But you know why I'm also confused? Because I feel like I would have watched it, Love and Basketball, in the year 2000.
In the year 2000. In the year 2000. Thank you, Conan O'Brien.
But it also got an 86% on Rotten Potatoes.
It's tomatoes.
Potatoes, tomatoes, whatever. So it got us thinking because, playing games are here. Curry had a big night. It's the anniversary of this. It's like a love story, right, Danny G?
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
not just basketball. It's like a love story. Love and basketball. What are some other romantic movies that tough guys like? Kind of like your guilty pleasure. Tough guy.
Guilty pleasure.
Because Danny G's like, I love this movie.
I'm a rom-com guy.
By the way, Dennis Haysbert is in this movie too, right?
Are you in good hands?
Yeah, he's in it. Dennis Haysbert.
Wait, so you're telling me Pedro Serrano and Willie Mays Hayes are in this movie?
Yeah, yup.
What are you going to tell me next? Roger Dorn's in it?
Regina Hall, Kyla Pratt, Gabrielle Union's in the movie. So I'm like, well, all right, either way, maybe a homework assignment. Maybe I'll watch this.
He plays Omar Epps' dad, by the way, who cheats on Omar's mom.
He's like, Omar, are you in good hands?
You're not what I'm. You're cheating.
So
father.
are there other movies that even like the toughest guy likes?
It's a great question, and we'll get your feedback next. The rom-coms that even the toughest guy has to admit are pretty good.
Or movies like Notebook.
Oh,
it doesn't have to be a funny one.
That was my answer, man.
Romantic movies and rom-coms. All right, we'll get to that. Plus, Some NFL. A week away from the draft. We'll hit a lot of NFL next hour. And a celebrity from the 90s has an OnlyFans page. We'll get to that and a bunch more. CNR in for the great Dan Patrick.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes! We talk about pop culture, we talk about sports, we talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio.
When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking Bo Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best.
You were dating some girl, and you were like,
Hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense.
her mom walked in. Can you believe he was dead the whole time?
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win,
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the fun.
we're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, oh, look at that bozo over there. And I point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. We take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just the more the merrier.
Josh, Covino thinks that every man should own a leather jacket.
I only wear vegan leather.
Can you believe this guy?
I can't believe this guy. We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all so. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
Mike Tyson, Covino, loves to just challenge us with random Mike Tyson trivia.
Which accomplished celebrity purchased my sprawling Connecticut estate?
I'm going to go 50 Cent.
You are absolutely correct, 50 Cent. I love his song.
You can't schedule a big event
You
during
can't.
a big sports moment.
My family member scheduled their wedding the same night as a Julio Cesar Chavez fight. Everyone was glued to that fight instead of doing the electric slide.
This is weak.
Unbelievable. You're very tricky.
America, you got sports, you got fun, you got us.
Covino and Rich.
We're crushing it.
Nick Nurse says his team stepped up big.
Go back to the opening press conference of the year. So we got a really, really big hole to dig out of, and we want to get in the tournament somehow.
Tyrese Maxey scored 31. He led the Sixers, who will face second-seeded Boston in round one. Orlando will play Charlotte tomorrow for the East 8th seed. Warriors took down the Clippers. That sets up a visit to Phoenix for the West final playoff berth. Hornets guard LaMelo Ball. He's been fined $60,000 by the NBA for a flagrant foul against the Heat's Bam Adebayo Tuesday and using profane language during a post-game interview. interview. Rockies left-hander Kyle Freeland, he was put on the 15-day injured list Wednesday. He's got inflammation in his shoulder. As for Reds closer Emilio Pagan, he dodged a major injury after appearing to hurt his hamstring Tuesday. And four-time WNBA MVP A'ja Wilson has signed the largest contract in league history. It's a 3-year, $5 million Supermax deal with Las Vegas. And that's sports. I'm Scott Davidson.
DP.
Dan Patrick. Welcome to the Dan Patrick Show.
We are the most unathletically decorated show in radio history, I think.
America's most revered sports talk show.
Respect the position that you have.
But today, Dan Patrick and the four Danettes are not here. So sitting in for Dan Patrick and hosting the Dan Patrick Show, here's Steve Covino and Rich Davis.
Hell yeah. We'll sit in. The Dan Patrick Hat-Trick, the DP3, day 2, which means we're here tomorrow. But thank you guys for putting up with us. You can watch the show. It says here, you can watch us live on YouTube right now. See Rich's glorious melon as we simulcast on YouTube.
What a melon.
YouTube.com/@Covino and Rich FSR. @Covino and Rich FSR, and the live chat is up. But we really want you to call up right now and get you involved, because we do this every Thursday at our normal time, 5 to 7 on the East, Monday through Friday. Every Thursday we throw it back. Old school when 50 hits. When 50 hits on the clock, and in live sometimes. You go a little old school. And today we're talking romantic movies. Yeah, love. Because
love and basketball.
I almost said rom-coms like Rich again. It doesn't have to be a comedy. But it's the anniversary of Love and Basketball, a movie that everybody swears by. Danny G loves. I've never seen it. Rich has never seen it. Came out 26 years ago today with a young Mike Tomlin, right?
Yeah, and it still stands up.
No, that's not Mike
Omar
Tomlin.
Epps.
That's Mike Tomlin, bro. I'm looking right at it.
I feel like you need to put that on your revisit list because it still stands up. I saw it just last year, and a really good movie.
86 on Rotten Tomatoes. But yeah, Omar Epps, not Mike Tomlin. Omar Epps and Sana Lathan,
yeah.
And Dennis Haysbert, as we pointed out.
Are you in good hands?
She stands the test of time.
Gabrielle Union.
Hats for bets.
But apparently, because I have obviously heard about the movie, people love this movie, Love and Basketball, and because it's that NBA time of the year, and we were talking about Curry earlier. Hope you're enjoying the playing games. You know, we figured we'd talk about this and bring up other romantic movies that maybe you love. We also got to talk about tailgating this hour, so stick around.
Some NFL. In fact, a lot of NFL this hour. So we'll talk these rom-coms and romantic movies, and then we'll get to some NFL.
Yeah, and Rich, I knew you'd have a list for this topic right away.
I'm a
you're
sucker.
A cornball.
I'm a sucker for good rom-coms. You say romantic movies, I'm not going to get down with that because to me it's like, what's a romantic movie other than The Notebook? We've all watched The Notebook with our wife or girlfriend. But besides that, when you say like romantic movies, I'm like,
I got a story about that.
What's a romantic movie?
And I'm about to blow your mind.
Okay, by the way,
you know the weather girl you've been drooling over all morning?
Drooling. I just said, who's the good-looking weather girl? I'm not up at this hour usually.
Rich, I haven't seen Rich get that up and close and personal with the TV since Tom Brady won a World Super Bowl. So,
I'm fascinated by Tom Brady.
Brianna Ruffalo, I found out just now
that
she's married to Josh Lucas.
Oh, who's in a great rom-com.
It sort of ties together. Like, it's one of Rich's favorites. Thank you, Iowa Sam. Sam goes, you know
nice
who she's married to? And I'm like, no, who? He goes, actor Josh Lucas. I'm like, the guy I always confuse for
McConaughey?
Matthew McConaughey. He
kind of looks like Will Forte a little bit.
Yeah, he's
no,
in
I'm
a
sorry.
bunch of
Who am I
romantic
thinking
movies.
of?
Not Will Forte.
Not Will Forte. Will Arnett.
He's
a little
in
bit.
a few of Rich's favorites because I know Rich talks about Josh Lucas a lot.
Well, Josh Lucas was in, I believe, Sweet Home Alabama. With
Yep.
Reese Witherspoon.
Or was it McConaughey?
But that's
Will Arnett.
See, I don't get it. Like, if you're too macho to enjoy like Sweet Home Alabama, or
it's not about being too macho all the time. Sometimes these things really just don't resonate with you because
They're too. Some of them are too corny, Rich. Too cheesy.
I don't subscribe. You and
But
Covino,
you're a Hallmark Channel guy, though.
But you guys,
Rich talks about my best friend's wedding, and I want to bang my head through the wall.
It's a good movie.
He's like, the good movie. I'm like, good movie. You got the worst standards ever.
Well, guess what? The difference between Covino and I is on like Apple TV. I watch Ted Lasso, Shrinking. Covino's like, I watched the Godzilla movie or the show, whatever it is, Monarch.
Legacy of Monsters, man. Kurt Russell, bro.
Well, we're just cut from different
But
cloths.
it doesn't mean I don't like any romantic movies, right? So Danny G already said it.
Stop saying romantic movies.
What do you mean? That is what it is.
That's
They're
what
not
it
all
is. Yeah,
comedies,
that's
you
the whole
bonehead.
category.
Do you think Love and Basketball is a comedy? Rom-com means, that's short for romantic comedy, right?
Yeah, but you know
They're not
that
all comedies.
Romantic drama?
But just romantic movies is what we're saying.
Sam even made a good point off the air. He was saying that a lot of sports movies have an underlying romance in the movie, like The Natural.
Yeah.
Almost all movies have at least one romantic subplot.
Rocky,
you kind of have to.
Rocky is the definition of that.
Yeah.
He always says, it's actually a love story, absolutely. Because Rocky is a love story.
Yeah, his love for Adrian is
That's
a
the
main
movie.
storyline. And, you could say, I'm not saying it's a romantic movie, but, again, you're right. Every sports movie. What was one of the underlying plot lines of even Major League? Old school Jake Taylor, playing in the Mexican League, and then he falls in love with the girl he knew back in the day. And then what happens in the final scene of Major League? He sees her in the crowd, and she holds up her hand. She no longer has the ring on from the dude she was with, and they kiss, and I cried.
Dude, I remember I had a townhouse, Union, New Jersey. That's where I'm from, and I lived with my buddy Barnando. His name was Barry, but he was always trying to bring Hispanic chicks back to the house. So we called him Barnando.
Yeah, he got really thin sideburns, and he's like, I'm Barnando now.
He tried to change his whole image just to attract, beautiful young ladies.
Well, I'll be honest. Real name? Barnando? Is that
his
a real
name is Barry, but we called him Barnando
There was a phase, Sam, where our friend Barry started he's Italian, but he started acting more Latino when he wasn't. And also, I remember one time we went back to your place.
Yeah.
We were all having drinks. We're like, let's go back to Covino's. And Barry was there just hanging with these two hot Puerto Rican girls.
Yeah.
Like, are we interrupting something? He's like, I'm Barnando now.
Yeah. Oh, hey, what's up, Barry? I mean, Barnando.
Barnando.
So anyway, Barnando and I, we lived together at this one point, and we didn't know about. This is one of the nights that he didn't bring home these, Puerto Rican girls. We didn't know what The Notebook was, Danny G. It just happened to be on, or we happened to get it, or I don't know, had it on DVD or whatever, and put it on. I guess, seems like a decent movie. And Rachel McAdams was hot, dude. She was a smoke show back then for sure, right? Gosling, cool, whatever. All right. I mean, I had an idea, but I didn't know what it was about. Fast forward, man. Me and Barnando were sitting there all tearing up like two losers. Pretending this never happened, all right? Let's not talk about this. Here I am all these years later on national radio, in for DP, telling the story. But, yeah, that's maybe why you stay away from some of these movies, because they're heart-tuggers, and you got to be in a mood for them, right? And to prove that, ask me the last time I watched The Notebook. It was with Barnando in the early 2000s at my townhouse that I no longer own, which feels like a lifetime ago, right? So I think that's really why a lot of guys stay away from things like this, because it gets too emotional sometimes or catches you off guard. Like, what the heck am I watching here? Here I'm all welling up like I'm Puss in Boots crying with my buddy.
That's like a straight-up romance movie. The rom-coms that Rich are talking about sometimes have dumb plots and, storylines like Rich, Never Been Kissed. Isn't that the one where she goes back to school?
Drew Barrymore's like a grown-up and she goes back to school. I'm not putting that
and
on
has
the
an
list.
affair with a teacher.
When it comes to these, I think Drew Barrymore is on a few of the ones that I tolerate. Like, if you want to throw The Wedding Singer in there, I think it's one of the best.
Wedding Singer, would you? I mean,
it's
I guess
goofy, but it's one of the best.
Yeah. Oh, yes. 50 First Dates.
That's what I thought you were going to say, 50 First Dates.
Wedding Singer.
You picture Sean Astin in that mesh shirt.
That's a good one, too, though. Yeah, it is. So we're taking your phone calls. This is where we get you involved. We set you up. Love and Basketball came out on this day in the year 2000. So other romantic comedies, romantic movies that you tolerate, even the toughest guy says, yeah, that's a good one.
And
it's sort of a guilty pleasure, but it doesn't have to be. You don't have to be guilty about it.
I find nothing guilty about these movies because I love them all.
But you're an exception. Rich loves, Do I have to say it?
What?
One of the worst movies ever. Rich was like, "You got to watch it," and I watched it, and I wanted to punch myself in the nards after watching this movie. And he talks about it once a year, every year.
Oh, I know what's coming.
And it makes me want to vomit.
You mean the best? You
I
mean
literally almost threw up.
Yeah.
You mean the best Christmas movie there is?
Yeah, I almost like.
It's not even.
I know where you're going.
It's not a Christmas movie.
It's the worst movie. He tries to tell me it's the greatest Christmas movie, and I'm like, it's the worst. It's not a Christmas movie, and it's the worst.
The whole point of the movie is the countdown to Christmas. You ass clown.
And that movie's called Love Actually, and it's the weakest thing I've ever seen. But I know that Rich isn't alone. There's a whole crew of idiots that think this is a great movie.
Yeah, you're
going
to
to
get some hate, man.
I'm like, this is the worst movie. Who, me? I don't
Yeah.
care. Bring it on. That movie stinks to the high heavens. It's the worst movie
Can I
ever.
give you a romantic baseball movie? I know this is right up your alley, Yankees fan.
Yeah.
All about the Red Sox run. Fever Pitch with Jimmy Fallon and
Yeah,
Drew Barrymore.
good
I
one.
thought that was a likable movie. And I'm not a big Fallon guy, but I thought that was a good one.
By the way, if I was a Red Sox fan, though, I'd feel weird about them being on the field celebrating like that. No, because don't you remember that?
They didn't earn it.
No,
Well,
it's
the
just,
whole point of the movie. This is a little backstory because I'm, Rich Davis, fun fact guy. Fun fact: the movie was supposed to end with Jimmy Fallon and Drew Barrymore falling in love. Realizing that they were meant for each other. But it was like, even through another disappointing Red Sox season, like love prevailed. And then they had to change the whole ending of the movie because the Red Sox actually won the World Series. So that was supposed to be about a
they were
woman
on the field celebrating.
Yeah, but
Didn't they film it during the
Yes,
actual?
because I remember seeing it. I'm like, what's going on? And I'm pretty sure he's a Yankees fan anyway. So
That's
you know,
wild.
The disrespect.
Well, I got a couple more. Can I throw them out there? I don't want to take people's answers. I know the phones are hot.
But you know what, Rich? That was a one and done. I've never seen that movie again.
Yeah, I never saw it again either.
Fever
But
Pitch.
I do remember well, it's about the Red Sox, so you'd probably hate it anyway.
No, I'm not. I'm open to that.
I thought that Forgetting Sarah Marshall was one of the better comedies in a long time. And I think we don't give it enough credit. Jason Segel, Kristen Bell, Mila Kunis at her finest. Russell Brand and Jonah Hill. Like, that was a hell of a good movie.
I know that sounds mean, but if you see Mila Kunis in this movie and you watch it again, you're like, damn. No creepo. It's just a fact. And Rich is right. For whatever reason, I think we slept on it first time around. Maybe you liked it. Rich and I watched it a couple years ago, and like, yeah, this was way funnier than we remembered.
We were with a bunch of friends just having drinks, and that movie happened to be on, and either it was the alcohol, the edibles, or something. But
and it's a love story based on a true story.
We were all cracking up.
Isn't there full frontal nudity in that movie?
Yeah, Jason Segel's hog.
That is crazy. Also, doesn't he say this in the movie?
This is my nightmare.
Yeah, see,
Is that what quote?
That
Okay.
was.
That's where I got
movie.
that from. Okay.
Yeah. Now, Covino has missed all of these. I don't know how. Probably because he's such a tough Jersey guy, and his answer would probably be, "I was out dating or getting tail, or I was too busy being a sports hero." He missed all the Tom Hanks, Sleepless in Seattle, You've Got Mail, all those great.
I love You've Got Mail.
All those great Tom Hanks movies.
How do you expect those movies to resonate with a '90s kid who came up watching Clockers and Goodfellas and American History X,
you can't appreciate
Scarface on DVD.
You can't appreciate
because gang movies were a big part of that time period.
So you tell me you
Boys
can't
in
like
the
you
Hood.
tell me you can't like Goodfellas and
I'm
You've
not
Got
saying
Mail.
I can't. I'm saying I was a kid that leaned into those movies. So Sleepless in Seattle was like that was like my girlfriend's movie. I'm not watching that.
Telling me
Look,
that you can't
moving
like all
fast
those
forward-
movies. That's like
No,
saying
no.
you can't like a black
That
chick,
you-
white chick, Asian chick.
Bro,
like we all
you
have
could say
diverse
that's-
taste,
You
right?
could say that's immaturity, and that's fine. I'll take that.
His testosterone was raging.
Yeah, but
he was leaning into that.
Yeah, I needed some American History X. Yeah, I didn't have time
God,
for
you make me.
I didn't have time for You Got Mail in that time of my life.
I can't roll my.
But hold on, now I would watch it. Of course,
I can't roll my eyes enough at you,
dude. That's just the honest truth. You sound like a nerd to me. But
a nerd. Listen
yes,
to this guy.
you're watching You've Got Mail, and I'm like, bro, let's watch Blood In, Blood Out. And you're like, no, how about Tom Hanks? And I'm like, how about Blood In, Blood Out?
Okay.
So you don't see, like, I was just in a different place then.
Dude, you really took the Vato Loco Forever thing serious,
I
huh?
did, but it was then. Now, of course, I would watch that. I would. You know,
Softened a little bit.
Yeah, of course. Testosterone's not as high.
You know, one of the first ones I remember as a kid, The Princess Bride. Like, you think about it, that's obviously a love story.
Quintessential.
Do you know the?
Can I tell you I've never seen it?
What?
I'm sorry, you've never saw The Princess Bride?
I mean, I know who's in it, and dude, I have to do something about Andre the Giant today for the History Channel, so I'm very well aware of the movie.
Do you know the Andre the Giant story from Princess Bride?
Yes, with Rob Reiner. Sorry, boss.
Does it involve flatulence?
Yes.
It was the late Rob Reiner. I totally forgot. I forgot. That was terrible.
Yeah, Billy Crystal.
Rob Reiner and Billy Crystal. There's a story that during the filming of Princess Bride, I got to get the exact number, but Andre
Mandy Patinkin. I've seen clips and I know the movie. I just never have seen the whole thing. What
You
year did that
got
come out?
homework.
Like late 80s. That was
Loving Basketball's on your list now, and you come on, The Princess Bride. You got to watch it from start to stop.
That was always the movie when we were taking like I was in show choir, so we would bus to different venues and stuff, and we always were like, we watched that movie because that was like, kid
Yeah,
fun.
my girlfriend said the same thing, Sam. She said like if there was like a rainy day at school and they couldn't go out for recess or whatever, that was like the movie, or like if the
was that
teacher
or
was
Sister
out.
Act.
Yeah, she said the same thing.
Princess Bride?
Yeah, and that's also, again, 93% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I mean, people love Princess Bride.
1987.
You know who narrated?
No, who?
Columbo. Peter Falk was the
That's
narrator.
right. It was Fred Savage's grandfather, right?
That was, I mean, that his narration alone.
Where was Billy Crystal in that movie?
He was like the little goblin guy or something.
Yeah.
Whatever that was.
Okay.
So the story goes, during the filming of Princess Bride, Andre the Giant had a record-breaking 16-second long fart that cleared the set. And it's like a legendary story where Andre, when you think of how long 16 seconds is, and then he said something like, sorry guys, and his big Andre the Giant, sorry guys, sorry boss. 16 seconds.
It's a true
Think
story.
how long 16 seconds is. It's a long-ass time.
A young Robin Wright is in that movie. And by the way, Andre the Giant was so, done at that point in his life. Like, he had no strength. He was so injured and hurt and everything that he couldn't even catch her in the moment, as the story goes. You know that scene where she's falling from the sky? She had to be, like, dropped down on cables because he wasn't even strong enough to lift her at that point. But the lovable giant, also that dude from Liar Liar's in it, right? Isn't that the dude from Liar Liar?
Carrie.
Yeah, Carrie
Elwes. I can never say, is it Elwes?
He plays Wesley.
Elwes.
I hear great things
He's
about
great.
it, but
He's
I never
great.
saw it. So, I'm not saying it's the weakest movie. I'm just saying I never saw it. All right. 877-99 on Fox. We do this every Thursday on our show. We're in for Dan Patrick. Let's get everybody involved,
Yeah,
Rich.
I'm going to throw you one more, and then we'll go straight to the phones. He was, I believe, a sports agent in the movie.
Yes.
And I thought it was really funny. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Kate Hudson.
I thought you were going to see Jerry Maguire.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Jerry Maguire's a good one, too. But
which is also a kind of
I think
really
it was like he was a sports marketing guy. That's what it was. But Matthew McConaughey and Kate Hudson both playing like dating games with each other, and like his name was Ben in the movie. Benny Boo, Boo Boo. Like there was everything about that movie I thought was like fun. I thought that was a good movie.
Which one?
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
What about
heard of it.
in the same vein? Also,
you've never seen How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
I might have, dude. I don't know.
What did you? I have a question.
I'm telling you, bro. These didn't resonate with the young me.
Hey, just listen to me 1 second. Then we'll go to the phones. I can't understand what did you watch with girlfriends?
Gang movies.
You made your girlfriend.
Orale! I got some poison for the spider, but for tomorrow, tomorrow. Orale, where'd you get that placa? Give me some chon.
Wow, sounds like you must have been a
You
delight.
think you're big time? I'll show you big time.
Come on, bro.
Can I also mention another movie that?
But I was saying, I'm just baffled because I'm thinking like in the 90s and 2000s when I was in high school and college
Wasn't
and in
his
my
flavor at
20s,
the
like
time.
It just wasn't my. I'm not saying that these are bad movies.
No, but-
See, I'm a grown up now. I'm with you. Let's watch them, dude.
But what I'm saying is,
But
if
you know
I was-
what? You're just as bad. Why won't you watch Blood In, Blood Out?
I
with me?
watched it.
Nah, you never saw Clockers,
Dude,
dude.
I
You don't know
I may
nothing.
be white on the outside, but I'm brown on the inside to the bone. I've seen Blood In, Blood Out. But I will say this. I can't imagine you being a guy in your teens and 20s, dating, having a girl over to watch a movie, going to Blockbuster. You made girls watch your gang movies?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, back then, I was the worst. I really was. I'll admit it. I was the
How
worst.
selfish are you?
Why do you think I was single all the time? It's for real.
We're gonna watch Saving Private Ryan.
What do you? Jeez. All right, let's go to the phones. In for Dan Patrick, Covino and Rich. What rom-coms and romantic movies as a grown man do you vouch for?
Let's start in Las Vegas with Trip.
Yo, what's up, Trip?
Trip in Vegas.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are y'all today?
What's up, brother?
Hey, I can't believe Rich didn't say Brokeback Mountain. But anyway,
That's
romance.
I saw that movie in theaters with my mom.
Hold on. Wait, Trip. Pause. Trip.
That's the best.
something on that.
Trip, pause for a second.
Hold on, that's hilarious.
Trip,
Hang on, Trip.
Hold up.
Hold up.
What would ever bring Iowa Sam and his
Hold
mom to Brokeback Mountain?
I think my
together?
mom was like, I want to see this movie. You're coming with me. It was a matinee. And so, yeah. It's a good movie. I mean, you know.
That must have been awkward as hell, though,
I'm sure it was
dude.
a fantastic.
There's like one scene that was pretty awkward.
No, but I'm just saying, like, I can't imagine, like, you and
It's
your
actually
mom.
a very sad, tragic film.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen it either.
I mean, I would watch it, though.
I was like, I didn't know what it was about. My mom was like, you got to come with me. So
You know, Will Ferrell was on the DP show last Friday, and he said that he passed up the role in that movie.
Oh,
what?
Yeah.
Say of which character?
Well, Sam, I don't think he was being serious.
Oh, okay. I was like, whoa, okay.
The guy.
Okay, that would make sense coming from Will Ferrell.
The top. I don't know.
All right, back to Trip.
They're both cowboys.
Oh, okay.
Trip had a couple of movies. There you are.
I got a couple. So we'll go When Harry Met Sally, Crazy Stupid Love, and then one of my favorites is Return to Me with David Duchovny and Minnie Driver, where his wife dies and then he donates the heart to a girl and it's her and he doesn't know it's her and he kind of falls in love. It's a really good romantic comedy.
Yeah, that sounds.
Sounds complicated.
Honestly, it sounds like really emotional. I don't know if I can handle that.
Yeah, those are some good ones. Hey, you know what? You know
Thank
what I
you,
did
Trip.
see? I saw this somehow. I probably to appease a girlfriend. Because it's 1995, right? So it was probably like, do you want to go see A Walk in the Clouds? And I was like, wow.
That was a miserable movie.
I was like, she's like, Keanu's in it. I'm like, all right, he's kind of cool, I guess. And I remember seeing that movie. I remember liking it a little bit.
All right, let's go to Florida. Fort Myers
Hey,
in the
there's
house.
not a whole lot I could add to this conversation.
When you're such a, honestly, this is a rough one this is a rough conversation for such a badass like Steve Covino.
You know, as far as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
You said A Walk in the Clouds?
Yes.
Then there's another one called A Walk to Remember, which is another romance dramedy.
Yeah,
with,
that's with Mandy Moore, right?
and,
young
um,
Mandy Moore.
yeah,
No,
and,
what was
Matt
the other
Damon.
one? What was that goofy one where Matthew Perry's in the Mexican family all of a sudden? I saw that one too. You know what I'm talking about,
yeah,
right?
of course.
I remember seeing. Look, it's few and far between, but I
Salma
saw that
Hayek.
one, Rich. I'm just trying to relate, dude. Just trying to relate to you, bro. Leave me alone. All right, back to the phones. 877-99 on Fox. Because Love and Basketball came out today, 26 years ago. Other romantic movies or comedies that you liked.
All right, let's go to Fort Myers,
that even
Florida.
the toughest guy has to admit was good.
Scott. Hey, what's up, Scott?
Hey guys, good morning.
What's up, brother?
Hey, first thing I'm going to say is for anybody that has not seen The Princess Bride, it's kind of like somebody who's in the food service industry that's never watched Waiting.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like Waiting. I worked at Bennigan's, so that resonated.
By the way, Fools Rush In. I just remembered that Salma
yeah,
Hayek
Fool
movie.
with Matthew Perry.
Yes.
I saw that a few times. You know, I've seen some of them, but again, I was a bonehead kid from Jersey. You think I liked that stuff? I did not. Now I'm sure I would like it and appreciate it a lot more. So I'm open to all this. Thanks for letting me know.
I always just thought rom-coms and romantic movies were part of like what you watched with girls when you were trying to like, let's rent a movie and like, you're trying to get it on. You're like, let's rent a movie at Blockbuster back in the day, or
Yeah,
hey,
so
let's
Rich,
stream
basically, I saw the beginning of a lot of these movies.
The original Netflix and chill.
Scott there in Fort Myers wasn't done. He had a couple of movies to give
What
us.
up, buddy?
All right, so first one we've got Happy Gilmore.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a love story.
Oh, Virginia Bennett. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The second one, you guys already said it, but Jerry Maguire has the classic bromance in there between Cuba Gooding Jr. and Tom Cruise.
And Renee Zellweger, You Had Me at Hello.
And some great football season.
You had me at hello.
scenes,
Yeah, by the way, You Had Me at Hello was a famous line. He does that whole romantic speech for Renee
Kenny
Zellweger.
Chesney turned it into a song.
Yeah, see, look at that.
All right, let's go to Dayton, Ohio. Barry.
Hey, Barry. Hey, Barry, can I call you Barnando?
Please do.
Yeah. Hi, Barry.
Hey, Bear.
How we doing? We got one from 2013, kind of on the musical side. Begin Again. I don't know if you guys heard of it. Kind of a underrated, sneaky cast. Keira Knightley, Mark Ruffalo, Adam Levine,
Adam
CeeLo
Levine,
Green.
Yeah, some good cast right there.
And that holds up at 83% on Rotten Potatoes.
What's the name of that one again? See, I'm taking notes.
Begin Again.
I'm trying to
Begin
soften
Again.
up. Begin Again. Begin Again.
I'm looking at some of these late 90s, early 2000s scores on Rotten Tomatoes. They do not hold up well. This movie does.
I think a lot of people, you said it earlier, Covino, but Wedding Singer has got to be in everyone's top 5, right?
I think so.
I mean, because it's just such a great movie, but it is a movie of romance.
I got one from 2007 in it.
Julia Gouli. Oh.
Watched it countless times. Knocked Up. Seth Rogen.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, the famous stories of Katherine Heigl being a nightmare on that set.
I've absolutely seen that one. See,
I got a few that I've watched with the wifey, or even some of these. I feel like I mean, not to discredit my wife, but I feel like there was a time where you weren't just streaming shows on Netflix and HBO and Paramount and Hulu, where like a big part of the culture was girlfriend or girls you were dating. You'd go rent a movie, and I feel like so many of these movies, I hope my wife ain't listening, remind me of other women I dated, because that was the lifestyle. That was, you rent a movie on a Friday night with the girl you're dating.
You know what the move was?
Blockbuster.
You know what the move was back then? If your girlfriend had like a little pain in the ass nose-picking brother, you rent him a video game just to get him out of your face. Hey, what do you got? Video game? Get out of my face. How about this? You know what else keeps coming up? La La Land 2016.
Never saw it.
I've seen it. See, as I got older, I was more open to these things.
I'll hit you up with 3 goodies. We'll take your feedback next. Then I want to get to a bunch of NFL. There's 2 NFL stories. Actually, 2 NFL stories and 1 story about soccer and tailgating that has people up in arms. All that
man at
up.
arms, bro. Man at arms.
Let me throw 3 at you. The Proposal with Ryan Reynolds and Sandra Bullock. Have you seen that one?
Nah.
Of course you have.
Nope.
13 going on 30 with a very fun Jennifer Garner and Mark Ruffalo.
I think I've seen that one.
And a really good one with Reese Witherspoon and Mark Ruffalo, Just Like Heaven, where she's like a ghost.
Was Mark Ruffalo and Matthew McConaughey, they were in all of these.
I'm a big Mark Ruffalo fan.
I like Mark Ruffalo a lot.
I thought you like Brianna Ruffalo.
I like anyone Ruffalo, I guess. I'm a Ruffalo fan. Ruffalo my Buffalo. All right, we got more Covino and Rich next right here on Fox Sports Radio.
Now, there's a lot to celebrate this summer. Keep it classic with the Miller Lite. Whether you're toasting the birth of our nation, our soccer team, scoring a big goal, or just a beautiful warm evening on the deck, it's Miller time in America.
The draft always feels like the start of summer for a lot of us football fans. And it's a fresh start, and you get the guys and your buds together. This year, the Dan Patrick Show is going to be broadcasting from Pittsburgh, and Miller Lite, our partner, will be there with the guys in a week from now, and we'll be watching the picks. So will they. Miller Lite in hand, because it's just reliable.
Clean, crisp, easy to drink, especially when the night goes long. It's been a go-to for 50 years, a true American Pilsner since 1975.
Miller time is always a good time. An All-American summer starts with an All-American beer. Miller Lite. Go to MillerLite.com/Patrick to find delivery options near you, or pick it up pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
I think for people like Fernando Mendoza, granted, number 1, Raiders, we get all that. One of the biggest names in the draft, if not the biggest name. He doesn't come from a small family of 5, and that's it. Rich, you had no cousins growing up. None. Zilch. 0. That's truth. That's real talk. Not only is he close with his intimate family, his mom and his brother and his dad, this guy has 800 extended Mendoza
don't
relatives.
Don't act like he knows them.
They have family reunions. I'm not making that up. I swear to you. So I ask you, Fox Sports Radio Nation, if you come from a proud Cuban family and they're all in that Miami area and they're all pumped about their little Fernando, and you're real close to your mom and your family who've done everything for you, you don't think there's a nice side to the story where he chooses the unpopular, I'm going to Pittsburgh, I'd rather stay with my family in Miami?
Sam,
that's a beautiful thing.
Sam,
honestly, I would do that. That's wonderful.
Oh,
Fernando,
damn,
you're my
do it.
guy. I back him up. I would do the same thing. You know why? Call me a big mama's boy. It's the right thing to do.
Mama's boy?
Yeah, it's the right thing to do.
I'll call you mama's boy. Your mom did your laundry until you were almost 30.
Fine. You know
And you-
what?
and you said
I
and you
love
said
and respect and
you're-
honor her every day.
I have a question. Is it true your mom folded your underwear until you were almost 30?
It was her pleasure, bro. She used to tell me.
It's my pleasure,
Right.
Stephen.
It was her pleasure.
Your stained boxer briefs.
That's right. It's her
Disgusting.
pleasure. But you know what? Fernando Mendoza is a good kid. The story makes sense.
No one's
he
doubting.
wants to spend that time with his. Who's more important, his family or the random mustache-having fans of Pittsburgh? Get out of here.
I have the answer to that, but Sam, can you hit me up with some?
But how do you
ABBA?
not see that there could be two ways to look at this?
But there's not though. We haven't heard some ABBA in a second. Fernando talk has been low on the show. While you queue up some ABBA, let me tell you that Fernando Mendoza not going to Pittsburgh to be the #1 pick in the NFL draft. Walk through that tunnel, that sponsored tunnel where there's lights and cameras.
Yeah, that's a lot of shine for people that are really looking for it. He doesn't need all that.
Bro, you gonna let me talk? You're gonna interrupt every sentence. Just because you're a mama's boy and you go home
because
your
I
mom
feel
will
like
make you chicken cutlets.
How could you not see the flip side to this?
Because there is no flip side.
There is. Family's everything.
He's entering
the
the NFL.
He'd be nothing if it wasn't for his family.
He cried and thanked his mom with the Heisman. It was beautiful. His mom, his mom and dad and some family members could go to the NFL draft. You know this, right? It's not like they're banned.
Yeah, but he rolls deep. That's my point. He has a lot of family. It's not just 4 or 5 people. He has a lot of family. He's a Cuban kid in Miami. They're all over the place out there. Your thoughts, 877-99 on Fox. It's a big story today.
It's a terrible decision. And you know what the NFL's thinking right now? Oh, this is awful, you boneheaded kid. We get it. You love your family. Accommodate the mom, accommodate the dad, and you know they would. He's going to be the #1 pick.
Danny G, you're a Raiders fan. Is this upsetting to you?
No, I mean, I feel like, hang on, Rich. I know you're on your 3rd refresher over there. It is difficult, and I've read this before, that it's difficult for Fernando Mendoza's mom to travel, so you got to keep that in mind.
Yes. First class. Do whatever they need to do. It's like going to see you know what it's like? It's like I can't even think of a good enough analogy. It would be like going to the Oscars, right? And let's say Timothée Chalamet is up for every award, and he's like, I'm just going to sit this one out.
Yeah, I get that. And for the fans, this is going to be, not as fun of a night as maybe they imagined, because I imagined him with Roger Goodell holding up the Raider jersey.
And that's what everyone thinks. And it's a moment, hugging the commissioner, walking through the tunnel, folding the brim of the hat before he puts it on. This is part of his story.
For those of you who might not know, his mom has MS. She has multiple sclerosis. It's a big part of the story. I'm not sure that's the reason, but it's also something to consider here.
I know, but I do feel like she was at the national championship. She was at the draft. They would do the NFL. I promise you, the NFL would do everything in their power to give Mrs. Mendoza first-class
the national
treatment.
title game was in Miami. Remember?
But I'm saying, but the first-class treatment the Mendoza family would receive, you can't doubt that. It's not like it's like, well, how are they going to accommodate the family?
Yeah, he's #1. So if he wanted special accommodations, they would.
They would have a lounge with butlers right next to the stage if Fernando's like, that's what I need. DB, this is a big misstep by, Mendoza, he may not care, but the NFL hates this.
They hate it. Yeah. I don't hate it as much. And the thing that I was going to say was they also hate it because he's the only story of this draft. Like the draft is not littered with skill position players. It's not full of quarterbacks. He's the only story, and it's likely to be done with the stories over within the
Fox Sports Radio. By the way, speaking of romance, you believe my girlfriend ran into Fabio the other day at UPS? How random is that?
Wait, and she's still with you?
And she's still with me, dude.
Oh, wow.
How funny is that, though, right? Imagine seeing Fabio.
That guy can never cut his hair. He had long hair, right?
He's like, didn't he represent I Can't Believe It's Not Butter?
Yes.
Yeah, and he's like, I have two errands on my own. I'm Fabio.
Do you remember when he got hit in the face by a bird on a roller coaster?
By the way, 2 days ago this happened. She's like, you'll never guess who I ran into. And I was like, Fabio. She's like, how'd you know? I was like, I don't know, because you said I'd never guess. I didn't know he was a real person. So anyway, we're talking about romantic movies, but got to tell you first that we're Covino and Rich in for Dan Patrick. We're going to talk about tailgating next, so stick around. Live from the Fox Sports Radio studio, and the picks are coming in. Draft night isn't just about who gets called. It's about who shows up. So grab your crew and crack a Miller Lite and be there for every moment that matters. Miller Lite, legendary moments start with a light. Now, back in the day, Rich, when Love and Basketball came out.
Yeah, well, that's the reason why rom-coms and romantic movies came up, because Love and Basketball came out on this day in the year 2000,
and every
26
Thursday,
years ago.
On our show, Covino and Rich, every Thursday we throw it back. We get you involved. We do something called Old School When 50 Hits. You know, when this movie came out, I really was. This is no joke. I was really into, like, gang movies, and that was part of the culture. I'm not like, you're the crazy guy to me that wasn't. Like, I'm not bad because I was. I was a young idiot guy from Jersey.
I'm just saying all these 90s and 2000s rom-coms specifically, to me,
yeah, but I wasn't watching Omar Epps in Love and Basketball. I was watching Omar Epps in Juice. How far will you go to get it with Tupac?
But I'm just saying, I feel like all the movies I'm bringing up, they're like, never seen it, were all the movies I rented at Blockbuster with high school and college girlfriends. And I'm like, what did you watch with girls then?
Goodfellas, bro, because Ray Liotta's from my hometown of Union, and I love the story. And there was love in that movie.
Yeah, but
Karen, what did you do that for, Karen?
My point is,
and how about his love of Janice Rossi? There was romance.
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
he
like,
loved Janice Rossi.
You were just a selfish guy that made people live your life.
Well, hold on. Let me explain, and let me give you one that ties both worlds together that I'm not sure you've ever seen. I'm going to blow your mind. Yep. It's a gang movie, but really a love story. And that's called A Bronx Tale, and it still holds up.
So classic.
Yeah,
movie,
I watched that with my daughter recently, and she loved it. It's about interracial love. It's about gangs. It's still good. De Niro, Calogero.
No, I just feel like all those rom-coms, all those
Chaz Palminteri,
all those Mark Ruffalo or Matthew McConaughey movies, those are all just so memorable to me because they just represent a time of, being young and dating. And I just can't imagine going to Blockbuster with a girl when I was like 20 being like, hey, let's rent a gang movie. Like you rent a rom-com and set the mood.
This is right up your alley, Rich. How have we not said J-Lo? She was in so many of these. The Wedding Planner.
Made in Manhattan.
Yeah, Monster-in-Law.
Because she's sort of a trash actress. I don't find her likable as an actress.
Don't say anything
The
about
Wedding
Selena,
Planner.
Bro.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Anything for Selena's.
I don't think J-Lo's my steez when it comes to acting.
How about, and I think I got the number one answer. Would you say Titanic is a love
This guy
story?
who watches Hallmark Channel movies.
I've seen Titanic. Come on.
That's definitely a love story.
Nobody said
Right?
that.
No one said that. That's got to be the best answer possible.
If you didn't see Titanic and
for
you
the guy
didn't see
who's
The
never
Princess Bride, it would have been remarkable.
You're going to compare The Princess Bride to Titanic?
No, but like you haven't seen a lot of big movies. You're bragging that you saw Titanic. Every human
No,
on
I'm
earth has seen
bragging that
Titanic.
I'm the guy who hasn't seen a lot of these, but I got the number one answer on the board.
And by the way, happy anniversary. This was the week the Titanic sunk. Happy anniversary.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if it's a happy anniversary, but just, yeah.
1912?
You know what? Let's go rapid fire through these phones. There's one, though, that, I'll save it. I think it might be one of the more underrated, quote, romantic movies. What do we got,
Right,
Dan?
we got to go fast here. Crossfire. Let's start with Billy in Orlando.
Billy, what's up, man?
Guys, you're dropping the ball. Summer Catch, Jessica Biel.
Summer Catch. That's Freddie Prinze and Jessica Biel. Good one.
I've seen those highlights.
Highlights?
Yeah, Jessica Biel.
But you never saw the movie?
No.
Rich, what was the other Freddie Prinze Jr. one?
Can't Hardly Wait?
Yeah, there you go.
See, that's like a teen comedy to me or something. I've seen that for sure.
Yeah. All right, let's go to Boise.
No, I'm sorry. Not Can't Hardly Wait. She's All That.
She's All That.
She's All That. That's
but Can't Hardly Wait's another great
Can't
one.
Hardly Wait is more of a good teen movie, but She's All That. The funny part about that was
she has the glasses on.
The girl was super hot. She took off her glasses, and all of a sudden, like, we pretended like now she's hot. So dumb.
All right, James in Boise.
What's
hey,
up?
James.
Hello.
What's up?
Hey, how you guys doing? Excellent show, by the way.
Oh, thanks,
hey,
man.
I was thinking Prince, Under the Cherry Moon. He was hilarious in that movie.
Prince?
Yeah, and also Purple Rain.
Yeah, of course.
Apollonia.
All right, back to the phones because
All right,
I'm thinking so many different
Let's
things.
go to Jesse in Iowa.
Hey, Jesse.
Hey, Jess.
Hey, good morning, guys. Have anyone said the movie Drive?
No, it's a good one, though. Drive's a good one. Let's keep it rolling.
All right, Troy in Tennessee.
T. Roy, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Great show. Love what you're doing out here. Also, wanted to hit a key rom-com here. What Happens in Vegas? I'm going to go through the cast really fast for you. Okay, well, some of the key points here. Cameron Diaz, Ashton Kutcher, Jason Sudeikis, Zach Galifianakis, Dennis Miller plays the judge, and then you have Dennis Furiana or whatever. I mean, he looks like a Dollar General version of Burt Reynolds, but you can trick yourself into thinking that's Burt Reynolds, and that's a great rom-com. I'm telling you.
That is a really good one. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, he said Cameron Diaz. That made me think of Along Came Mary.
Dennis
Farina.
Farina.
Something about Mary.
Something about
Yeah,
Mary.
that's so
Oh, and
funny.
Along Came Polly is
That's
the
so
other
fun.
one.
That was the one I wrote down.
Oh,
By the
nice.
way, those are two movies I've seen, and I
Okay.
enjoy both of them.
Along Came Polly with Ben Stiller.
So underrated.
And Jennifer Aniston is such an underrated movie. Every time
Makes you uncomfortable.
Every time Covino jokingly dances, he's really just doing that Ben
By
Stiller.
the way, there's a clip of me and Iowa Sam at our party in
Yep.
Vegas.
Oh, that's
and
right.
I'm doing that dance, and it's on my TikTok page if you want to see it,
When-
at Steve Covino.
When Jennifer Aniston brings Ben Stiller out salsa dancing, and he's so awkward,
And he ends up backing up into a speaker or something.
That is so funny. I was doing that dance. See, so I've seen some of these funny
Yeah.
ones.
That was a good one.
All
Along
right,
Came
let's-
Polly.
But, like,
and Along Came Polly.
I hate how you judge me because I want to be like, have you ever seen Judgment Night?
I have seen
and
Judgment
no,
Night.
you haven't. And I'm like, get out of my face.
Don't tell me what I've seen.
No, I know what you've seen.
You know, in Along Came Polly, we learned about the story of the hippopotamus. Remember John was it Leguizamo that was just
No.
Who
It was
not
Hal
not Leguizamo. Hank Azaria.
Hank Azaria.
Hank Azaria was ripped, and he was sleeping with the guy Ben Stiller's wife in the boat. That was a great movie.
All right, back to the phone.
Raindrop. Let's go to Seth in Long Beach, California.
What up,
Hey,
Seth?
Hey guys, when I was younger, I went to Blockbuster Video to get Cool Runnings, and when I opened it up, the little cassette tape, it was the Joy Luck Club, and I sat there at home alone and cried my eyes out because it's a beautiful movie.
I've never even
so
seen that
funny.
one. That's really funny.
I'm not going to drag this on, but there was a Movies That Rock Temptations movie that VH1 played all the time. And I thought it was so good, and I wanted my mom to see it. I'm like, Mom, you love it. It's about the Temptations. I went to Blockbuster, and they gave me Temptations, and it was like a softcore porn.
Oh, man.
And I gave it to my mom. She's like, what was that you gave me? That was terrible.
That's right up there with Sam watching Brokeback Mountain with his mom.
Hey, by the way, I have
Absolutely.
a question. Is Shallow Hal in this category? Because I love that movie.
That's a good one. Yeah, for sure.
Because he falls in love, and he realizes something about himself,
Yeah, he learns
right?
a good lesson.
Yeah. And Ron Darling's in it, so it ties into sports.
Ron Darling is in that, but he's the handsome version of the Hawaiian guy. Remember that?
You know, starring Ron Darling. So yeah,
By
I like
the
that
way,
movie.
it sounded great calling the game with Joe Buck. Did you hear that? The national combo of Joe Buck and Ron Darling.
Can I say something really controversial though? In the movie, there's a diving board scene where she's supposed to be a bigger person,
a big woman. Yeah.
From today's point of view, she's not that big. From today, she's big, not that big.
Yeah,
This is the different world we live in.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
Let's wrap things up with Jay in Delaware.
Hey, Jay.
Hey, fellas, I'm a normal Dan Patrick caller, and I love it when you guys fill in, but a couple quick movies along the lines of loving basketball. How about Save the Last Dance? That was a great movie when I was younger.
Yep.
And Friends with Benefits with Mila Kunis and Justin Timberlake. Pretty good rom-com to me.
Friends with Benefits with Kunis, who's so super hot.
Wasn't there like another movie just like it?
I was going to say Friends with Benefits was all right, so it was Kunis and Timberlake, Friends with Benefits. At like within a year, No Strings Attached came out, which was Kutcher and someone else, but it was like the same movie. It's like they had the same exact script, and it was like, who could do the movie first? Got to be early 2000s.
Kind of cookie cutter. Some of these films.
I missed both
Natalie
of those, man.
Portman.
It was Portman. Yeah. Well, hey, there you go. Some rom-coms on the anniversary.
And maybe these are
Love and
good
Basketball.
date night movies. If you are anything like me, you might not have seen a lot of those, right? So maybe you check them out and enjoy. And we talked about it because Love and Basketball came out on this day.
And we're loving basketball. Steph Curry, big night last night. Now, coming up.
Ooh, I see what you did there.
Coming up. This is the fun of Covino Rich. We could pivot from rom-coms to tailgating just like that. There's a wild tailgating story, and it has to do with FIFA and soccer and the World Cup, and we'll get to that next. People are up in arms. More CNR coming up.
But I'm going to give you my top 5 all-time, like, that we grew up with as we throw it back and reminisce on Overpromise, okay? I'm not talking Dad's Old Spice. I'm not talking Dad's Brute and Grandpa's Aqua Velva. I'm not talking aftershaves. I'm not talking cheap-ass Stetson and pharmacy colognes.
Did every
Mexicali Musk for Men.
Every dad in the 80s or 90s definitely had Brute, right? Like, without a doubt. Like, there wasn't a dad that didn't have Brute.
I'm talking, for the most part, our generation and my personal top. And if you disagree, that's fine. Everyone's entitled to their wrong opinion. So coming in at number 5 for me, this was not easy. Because I was like, do I go Fahrenheit? No, I'm going Jupe. Because everybody talked about Jupe in the 90s. Jupe is number 5.
I had a buddy, Jeff, and I still do. Hey,
Yeah.
Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
I doubt he's watching because, as you always say, no one that you really care about support you.
Right.
My buddy, Jeff, was convinced in the late 90s, like, I have this secret recipe of how I'm going to get all the girls. I'm like, what, Jeff? He's like, Jupe. And I remember us all being like, yeah, Jeff and his Jupe. Like, he was so...
Well, you know what? It's not really... Like, I was more of a Fahrenheit guy. I put them in the same category, maybe because they were both purplish. But it was so popular, I had to put it as a number 5.
Okay.
Like, people loved to talk about it, and it stood out. Number 4 for me, Cool Water. Everybody had a Cool Water phase. It was different. It was good. Oh, it got so much ass. Cool Water at number 4. And just to make it snappy, Rich... One of my all-time favorites at number 3, Aqua di Gio, is still good. It still hits. That's a number 3 for me.
My theory is if you go with the wifey or girlfriend to an Ulta or a Sephora at the mall with your kid or wife, if it's still displayed prominently, then it's not out of style, right? I mean, if Aqua di Gio is still there in like the front showcase.
I'm not saying that you should rock all of these now. I'm saying all time. Some still hit.
Right.
But it also dates you. I'm letting that be known. I'm not saying that they don't, because they do.
I think it's a fair statement to say if you are a grown man, 40-ish or so, you have at one point in your life rocked Aqua di Gio.
Yeah,
without
it's still
a doubt.
good.
Yeah.
Coming in at number 2, and sometimes a good number 2 is better than a number 1, is Jean-Paul Gaultier. Except I don't think mine has a bulge like that. I think mine has boobs, Spot. Yeah, I don't know.
No, I think you were wearing the...
Am I wearing... Wait, does it have a bulge?
That's a bulge.
Oh, well, guess what?
Wait, isn't that how you dispense the cologne? You rub the bulge?
Can I tell you something? I still... Is that what you do? I still rock this after a shower because it has that fresh, powdery scent.
Imagine if
I still love it.
Imagine if they personalized the bottles and your Jean-Paul Gaultier came in a bottle shaped like your body.
Oh man,
and it wasn't like a ripped dude with a bulge. It was like my bottle has a bit of a dad bod.
And the all-time classic number 1 king of them all, I think it was the one that started it off for everybody when you became a man. Absolutely.
I know what you're saying because I even had an air freshener with this scent in my first car.
The king of them all. In fact, it should have a crown on it because it's the king of all the clones we grew up with. Is Jacquard Noir. Ba-bam. That will take you back
intense
to the early 90s.
Powerful.
Immediately. It'll take you back to your Cavaricci days the second you smell it.
Who's Guy LaRoche?
I don't know,
That's the
but
guy
I
that
think
makes
that's
it?
the number one. That's my guy. That's who it is.
Adam LaRoche's cousin.
Okay.
Dracar Noir was so popular back in the 90s for people around our age. You remember, I got my first used car, saved up my money. Grandma and Grandpa helped me. First thing I did after I washed that car, went to the gas station and I bought a Dracar air freshener. They had this little sacks, remember like the sacks and they had air fresheners. That's how popular Dracar
It
was.
such a great scent that went with the times, especially as a Guido kid from New Jersey. And Spot, do you have that meme that pretty much shows all of them? Because I know you're thinking we left some out. Couldn't fit them all in. They were all great, but that doesn't mean you should live in that era. Buy some new ones. I use one called Clean right now. I really am a fan of.
Is this a picture of your bathroom? Is that every cologne you have in your bathroom?
Those
right
are
now?
the classics from the 90s right there. You see the Polos. Yeah. Shout out to Polo Black, the Hugo Boss. And you know what? I have some honorable mentions, Rich, because my real number one, I was really debating this.
Yeah.
Is Bartolo. I don't know if you
That's
ever
a
heard
great
of it.
cologne.
Bartolo is a classic.
And by the way,
it never goes out of style.
That joke never gets old.
I know.
I love it. My Bartolo cologne. But you know what? I think the best fictional cologne of all time.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of wrestling, when we were when we were kids,
Can't wait.
Complete the hat trick.
That's right. Covino and Rich, live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Shipped fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. So, Iowa Sam's on the ones and twos. Danny G is our super producer. We're on Monday through Friday, 5 to 7 on the East. And I'll tell you what, just like I said, Bonehead Rich overpromising things earlier today that we never got to.
That's
you were talking about OnlyFans. We don't got time for OnlyFans because you're busy talking about Chuck and Larry and all these corny movies you like.
I've never seen Chuck and Larry. What is Chuck and Larry? Oh wait, that's a Sandler Kevin James one.
Oh yeah.
I also saw that in theaters with my mom. Just kidding.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, no, we had a lot of fun. I'm kidding, but we didn't have time to talk about OnlyFans. We didn't have time to talk about logos. You brought up
All right,
logos.
so two things on our bonus pot today, and perfect because video layers and uncensored will help this. We got to talk about Shannon Elizabeth from American Pie. 27 years later, is starting an OnlyFans. So we got to talk some OnlyFans, and on our bonus pod, we could be uncensored. So we'll talk about that later today. Covino and Rich overpromised, and the Washington Commanders have a new logo that people can't wrap their heads around. And there's some new City Connect uniforms in baseball that people think look like trash.
All right, so some visuals. It's a fun show. Overpromised with us. It airs around, I'd say, 4 p.m.
later
today.
this afternoon.
Right here on our YouTube page, at Covino and Rich FSR. All of our bonus pods, all of our shows at Covino and Rich FSR. And thanks again for playing along. Now, we promised some tailgating. Let's talk about it. Tailgating.
By the way, that rom-com thing you brought up, Shallow Hal.
Yeah.
I'm just reading all the feedback. So much great feedback. Really appreciate you guys more than you'd ever know. Tony K says, Covino bringing up Shallow Hal, hilarious. All I could picture is Costanza with a tail. Remember his character had the little nubby tail?
No, I remember she jumps in the pool and a little kid goes in the tree. Remember?
That was a great movie.
And of course, Ron Darling at his best. Some people say, how about when he won a World Series? I'm like, how about in Shallow Hal?
All right, well, tailgating we're going to get to more tomorrow as well, but let me set this up for you. FIFA, soccer, World Cup. There's a lot of people freaking out like they're Macho Man Randy Savage. Freak out. People freaking out about the tailgate situation. Depending on the city, people are saying FIFA and the world of soccer are saying no tailgating.
Yeah, but FIFA's come out and said that this is wrong. This report is wrong.
It's a wrong report. In fact, the first stadium to be like, nah, they'll be drinking and partying, the Link in Philadelphia. Philadelphia is like, World Cup's going to be here. We are definitely drinking. However, I'm still seeing that Gillette up in the New England area might be having no tailgating.
They might not Gillette you tailgate.
Sam, you're on fire today.
I know.
You know
Just
what?
play the rim shot on yourself.
So tomorrow, we'll set this up. We'll complete this on the Dan Patrick hat trick. When you think about tailgating, how important do you feel like tailgating is to the stadium ball game experience?
It's more of an American thing from what I'm understanding.
Yeah, I was going to say, the rest of the FIFA world doesn't even really understand what this is.
What's the big deal?
Dude, and what's great is Danny found the clip, and this is a great little tease for tomorrow. There's a clip of a European broadcast where they're like, what is tailgating? Explain it. Like, they don't even know what tailgating is. So the importance of tailgating at a football game, in a baseball stadium parking lot.
How necessary
How
is it?
necessary.
Because it seems to be like a major priority.
And, like, would you really be that bummed out if you went to a game and there was no tailgating? Is tailgating such a part of the culture for you?
Let me make this clear, though. You can still buy an alcoholic beverage inside, right?
No, yeah, I'm of course.
I mean, is it that big of a deal? Because people are losing it.
That's what some stadiums want you to do. Like,
Really?
Dodgers don't even let you tailgate in the
It's why
parking lot.
people have koozies, right?
That's why people have those fake cans that look like Coca-Cola.
That's why you got your beer helmet. I
So,
get it.
Tomorrow we'll talk tailgating and, of course, a bunch of NFL. We'll talk NBA play-ins. Until then, thank you, Danettes. Thank you, Dan Patrick. Arrivederci, baby.
See you in the promised land. Have a great one.
Thank you. At Covino Rich. Covino and Rich.